Joe Olson, who came in as the number 5 seed, and Greg Shaw, who was the 9 seed, or 8 seed, excuse me,
Yeah, we
going
don't have a
in.
9 seed.
We do, they just didn't make it.
Yeah,
Um,
poor Phil.
so,
But
Greg,
game one. This is not game one. This is game
this
one.
is
This
game
is
one.
not game two.
So, Joe
Yeah.
Olson, as the higher seed, has chosen to start with Darkside. He is on the First Order Reigns, the 3 effect start that Team 5 has been playing, and Greg is on the Luke Saga. We see Greg use leadership to go get Optimistic Han, and my sister has it to go get the Chirpus Hut. So Greg will not be lacking for force early, I
No.
don't think. I think this will be played a little differently than the game against Brian Fred we saw early, where Greg was like, well, I'll just YOLO down Ray, because Joe is running the Kylo effect, the cancel weapon destiny, and
Yes. And the battle effect.
Kylo turns into kind of a beast real
Yeah.
quickly. So
Hmm.
that there's this is an interesting deck. Team 5 has done it. Going with the 3 effects is good. They had a decent amount of success with it, obviously, as they put 2 players in the top 8. Um,
And there's the grabber from
yep.
Chris. And there's
Joe puts
Hossein
out
Prime from
Hossein
Joe.
Prime, which is, I'm sure in Greg's mind a little bit is this is force for Greg, and I am okay with this. And we see Greg looking at shields, saying, "What do I put out here?" I think at some point he'll probably want to at least consider ultimatum, but I think
Mm,
this
but
is a
but ultimatum's going to be hard for him to cover just because there's not going to be a lot of battlegrounds on the table. Especially I don't
agreed.
think so. I think if you're Greg, Greg's path to winning this is obviously to take over the ground.
Greg's
So
path to winning this is put the objective out of play. So
100%.
I think Greg almost has to plan for and just say, you know what, I'll let you have the fleet. I need to put your
Agreed.
objective out of play and win that battle. And his methodology for doing that is going to be send everybody at the salt flats. Like if Kylo goes to the salt flats, it is I let you flip, and then Luke
So and
goes nuts, and you're using all your battle tricks and doing everything you can to go after this. And there we
so
see Lieutenant Destiny 6 going
yep,
to get the shuttle, which will get him
the
Maul.
supremacy.
If you he went Supremacy. Okay.
Yeah. So and the thing is, Joe knows what Greg's plan is. He has to, and it's to go to the salt flats hard, put the objective out of play. Joe does not have to play the salt flats.
Yep.
He
And
can literally just stick around in space, drain for a crap ton, and just make life miserable for Greg.
and that may be his goal here. Like he
And
may just say, I don't want the salt flat. Like I'm not going to put out the salt flats. I will
Mhm.
put Kylo at the other site and say good luck. And Joe draws everything, so
Yeah.
there was a
And look,
specific
there's
card in there he was looking
Tarkin's
for.
order. Like he's got Tarkin's orders. He's got a sniper or dark strike in his hand. Joe is set up to just
Be
have
difficult.
answers, it seems like.
Yeah.
Yeah, Joe is going to be difficult in this matchup.
And we
And this
see.
is this is I don't think this is a favorable matchup for Greg. I unfortunately I don't.
I think we've seen though that frankly this tournament first order has not been a favorable matchup for anyone. Like I think it's a
Well,
slightly favored matchup for We Have a Plan, and I think it's close for Rescue the Princess. I think Rescue goes both ways.
well, I was also going to say Ray Saga. It has a good matchup. I mean, like you said it earlier, Ray Saga was the only deck that we saw that made the first order deck run away in space.
Yeah, but he still lost that game.
Did he?
Yeah, Apollo still lost that game. He made
That
him run
wasn't
in space.
Apollo.
or Benji, excuse me. Benji still lost that
Benji
game.
lost that game, but
Yeah.
Apollo won his game
Yes, Apollo won his
with
game
first
after
order.
losing the supremacy on turn one.
Tom, yes, it is going to be Shadow Collective versus Watching Step, which
I'm not entirely sure who that favors.
it's going to be. That's one of those matchups. It's going to come into skill. It's going to come into luck, obviously. So
Yep. And play skill, I don't know that you can argue that either Joe or Greg are a more skilled player. They are both absolutely spectacular players all the way around, and Greg's just going to draw a few. So we do see the neighboring in hand, which the Tarkin's Orders will create a problem with, but Greg's got to figure out something to do as well here. Like, this is not a... he didn't move the fleet, so Joe's going to crack the fleet. Joe's going to flip his objective. That is only Adreno 1 right now, so because it's a supremacy, Greg's, fine, it's Adreno 1, whatever. And he's going to make him pay for it.
yeah.
And Logan, doing active judge things, says, hey, track fleet is annihilated, and your objective is flipped.
Are we sure it's Logan?
I don't know. I didn't see how pale his hands were. We'll find out. Um,
Because we have a picture on Slack of Phil sitting down on the table as well. But Phil's
so,
also on his phone, so who
yeah.
knows?
And Joe only activated 8, so, they chose Phil for this one. All right. So I guess it's not Logan, it's Phil.
Yeah, I can understand that, Logan, because no offense, your hands are really pale and they have like a nice glow on camera. Go out in the sun, son.
Logan's over 18, so I'm not going to make any comments about it. You're talking about a teenager's hands, but like, Logan lives in Minnesota. Actually, he lives in Wisconsin now and goes to school there. So I kind of understand not wanting to go out in the sun and be subjected to Wisconsin.
Garrett, take your kid out into the wilderness once in a while.
We had this talk. He is not mine. I am not claiming ownership.
So we see
And
Snoke go down into the supremacy.
which I think is good. Like, Joe is again playing this very slowly because you don't want to open yourself up to give Greg a chance to hurt you, because he absolutely can. Good to
Mm-hmm.
see you again, man. And you just play this patiently enough not to lose. So, oh wow, Logan in chat is going hard. So,
Yeah, if you lived in Pittsburgh, you'd be happy.
hmm, based on the people I know from Pittsburgh, that feels debatable at best. So,
No way.
so Joe's going, okay, well, my drain's +1 there now, and so
Yeah.
he's going to move back to crate just because then he occupies a crate site to get the drain of 2.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm perfectly happy with that. Now, the one thing with the fleet annihilated, the supremacy's got immunity, but now it's only immune to like less than 10.
I think it's like less than 10 if Snoke is aboard.
Yeah, which he is.
But at the same time though, you're probably not gonna see Greg go down with Han optimistic general unless he's got multiple destinies.
Yeah, he needs to have the Leia as well.
Yeah, you need Leia, you need
But
I
Joe
know
doesn't
you need
have a barrier. Like,
no, Joe has no fort. He can't play anything.
so Joe
This
has no
turn
force
for
saved. We know there's the Jedi's focus.
hmm
So Greg may be able to, like, if you're Greg, I think you try and put that together and make that run. If you've got Han, Leia, if you can put together Tidarium with Han and Princess Leia, you're drawing 3 destiny. You get to 11, which means averaging 4 per draw, and you blow up the supremacy. And I think you have the line to do it right now. Like, this is the turn. So, because there's just not enough else up there, and you're gonna have to deal with it. And especially seeing Joe's hand where he doesn't have. He's got
He
a
doesn't have a
ton of
single,
gray cards,
but
but he
no
doesn't
ships.
have another ship. Although he's got Navy, he can always go get a ship.
Yeah,
But
Navy's not
like,
going to be an issue.
you're still looking at, here's the Tidarium with drawing 3 battle destinies and fully immune to attrition. And there we see the Tidarium. We see.
Okay, so you said it. This is what you wanted to see. There's the Han Solo
This is
optimistic
a
general.
high variance play, and I'll fully admit that this is a high variance play. And you take Corrin.
And knowing you have a 6 on top
That's
is huge.
Massive, because it's not a reshuffle. That is massive.
That is Ascension guns on a dude.
Yeah, that is. Now I'm just mentally picturing Batman with his little.
Batman.
I think Han is now Batman.
Why Batman?
Because Batman has the Ascension gun. Haven't you watched the Batman movies where he's like, "How much do you weigh?"
No, I was thinking,
flies him up.
I
So
get it. Okay, so Ray
giving him a +1 to the total,
and giving him a use pile pool.
Yeah, and that might be he didn't have Leia, or he had Leia in force pile, but also had the Tidarium and needed to make this happen somehow. Like, I honestly, even with Ray, and knowing you've got the 6 up there, I might take that shot.
I mean, it's 2 destiny,
like, it'd be 2. So he's drawing 2 right now, and the first one is a 6. So if you go 6-4, there's Anakin. So now he's at 7-8. Now he needs a 6 and a 2.
Logan, he's playing 2 Leias in this deck. He's got Princess Leia V and Leia V.
Yeah, he had a Princess Leia.
Get out.
So, but yeah, even with this setup, like, he's got 2 battle destinies that are +2.
He's paying. He's paying to retrieve because
he paid to battle, paid to retrieve with free battle, paid to retrieve with Anakin. And there's the 6. And a 4 is 10, 11, 12, 13
7
total.
And a 5. 7 and a 5. 13 total. That's massive.
We got to 13 total the same way. I just did the math a little different. And there's a 5
Joe
from
draws
Joe.
A 5.
So Joe is winning the power battle.
No, he's not.
You don't think so? We got 13, 18 in power, I think, from.
Okay. So it's 18 Shaw. And 2. So he's down by 2, if that.
Oof.
But the supremacy, down in flames. That is monstrous for Greg.
That was the line Greg had to take. I think it was theoretically a little bit of a high variance line. Like, it's you have to hit. I don't necessarily. I guess he's got more Anakin. Probably has 2 Anakins and only 1 Rey. Because my gut says I don't love losing Anakin there.
No, I agree. I would have just peeled.
I would have peeled, or I would have lost Rey and said okay. So, but I think it's
Rey
more.
Rey does give you the cards.
I think he's got 2 Anakins. More than he has 2 Reys, and he's like, okay, well, I'll lose Anakin so I can deploy an Anakin.
The salt flats. So noticing Joe is not playing the salt flats at this point, and he's not limited to where he needs to go either. So
Joe is not going to put out the salt flats until he can hold it.
No, I agree with you.
Safely.
It looks like that is Kylo.
And there's a sand.
The sand would be bad for Greg.
So here's the thing. Joe doesn't have enough to deploy in front of him with the sand.
No, not the turn.
So he knows. Greg knows the sand is coming.
Mm-hmm.
or he'll know if
Well, he
Joe
doesn't know.
plays the sand, which he just did. Now he
Yeah.
knows the sand is there, so he knows, hey, I need to get Leia up there, and my sister has it.
Yes. Yeah, he needs to.
So, and I think you'll see him probably draw a card with Rey here before the end of Joe's turn.
Yeah.
And we
Because we see
see
Phasma and a
Phasma and a
barrier.
barrier. Yeah, that's those are also not good. And we see let's read exactly what Kylo, Master of the Knights of Ren, does because it is rough. Like
Yeah, it's not a site you can
he's
really mess
not going
with
to
if
be
you're
easy to
Greg.
come after.
Yep. As we see, Greg
And
does draw a card.
Greg also doesn't get a lot of benefit from taking him out there because it's not the site.
But he
And
actually does a little because if he can get rid of the saber, that's big.
yeah, so if he can take out Kylo, even if he doesn't get the place the objective out of play, I think taking out Kylo would be worth it if he can get there.
Yes, I agree. I agree.
Now, you got to imagine if he puts Luke down, so Kylo will probably cancel the swing or cancel one of the swing destinies unless you. So the only way you're hitting him is drawing 6/6, which is more possible in this deck than most,
True.
but not a gimme for sure.
No, I
Um,
agree.
and then if Joe takes a card off sand, you're not getting +3 to the battle destiny, so you are limited. You have to draw a natural 5.
Well,
Well,
never mind. Greg is feeling
I mean, I think
sprightly.
it's the right play because it'll also get him back the Anakin that he
Yeah.
lost. Like I think I like the play. I'm perfectly fine with that play from Greg. And it looks like Greg's deciding if he wants to pull anything else. Like he's looking at his destiny. I don't know if he's got a sight in there. Like he might be deciding, hey, how many sixes do I have? Is this worth taking a swing and letting Joe stack a card, which will add 1 to his power, but Joe can't ever get that card back. So at that point, your swing is still making Joe lose a card, which isn't terrible.
Yeah, no, like I like what Joe is doing because it is he did exactly what he needed to. It was just unfortunate that Greg was able to find the exact pieces that he needed there
Yeah.
to take down the supremacy. Coming down with
Yoda,
Yoda
so
and Luke here.
now there's some
Yoda's a
power.
power 6, Luke is power 6.
Luke's power 8 because he's got the lightsaber and the bionic
Oh,
hand.
and the hand. That's
So Luke is also not going to be easy to remove.
no. I mean, he
So,
is
so
only
Luke's
defense
power,
value 6
defense value 7. Luke's saber adds 1.
or 7. Yeah, so 7 and 7. So that right there, I mean, both of those characters are again not the hardest to hit because again, there's how many sixes in Joe's decks.
Yeah, Joe's certainly got some, he's
So
got Lieutenant Destiny 6 in there. So there's the swing,
and
4 and 4.
it's
So
gonna
Joe's
hit. I
going to
mean, that's gonna
cancel one,
cancel. Yeah, he cancels it with a force push.
which is fine. Again, so he effectively made Joe lose a card. And Joe
Yeah,
gets to
exactly,
swing back. Oh,
exactly. But
Joe's
no,
searching
he's looking,
first with Kylo.
and I let smart move by Joe.
Yeah, I like that play.
But the question is, what is he
That
gonna take?
Oh, Tauntaun Skull, 100%.
Content school.
You've already got
Oh yeah, because
Lieutenant Forfeit
Lieutenant Destiny
Fodder.
6 is already in the lost pile. Yeah.
Yeah. However, he is only a 6, not a 7.
6 is still pretty good.
A 6 is good, but like,
I mean, ask Chris Kelly, and he'll tell you sixes are the best destiny you can ever draw.
um, 7 would argue you're not correct. But like, Hux isn't on table because he's busy spying for the
Ooh, and we see a Sniper Dark Strike, so
Sniper
he's
Dark
gonna
Strike to
add.
add 3.
I like that.
I don't hate that play at all. And there's a Hux
That's
for
a 2. That misses.
Oh my goodness.
That
That
That's a
was
7. That is a natural. That's a 7 right there with the sniper dark strike. Oh my
wow.
gosh.
Oh wait, no, he's. Does Kylo add one to it somewhere? What? We got a judge looking here. What are we missing? Because Luke's
Yeah.
saber adds one to defense value,
Yeah.
and full matrix is okay. Did we? Oh, Hux is
Hux is,
2,
oh,
and Fulm's 3. That's right. The full
plus
matrix is
3.
3.
So,
Okay,
okay.
so
It's hard to read here. So
yeah,
thank you, Logan, for explaining to two old men who can't see correctly.
that's. So there's the 6
And
for
he
Battle
draws a
Destiny.
6.
So he
That's
gets him either way.
there's
Oh, and the
a
close
so he's
call
subtracting.
to subtract 3. Ooh,
Does Greg have an
Joe's.
answer for it?
I mean, Greg's answer might be drawing to another Luke. Like, that Sniper Dark Strike was very well played by
Yeah,
Joe.
oh no, that was 100%. That was like exactly what Joe
So,
needed
what are
there.
we at for power? We're 10, 16, 22
It's a lot to a
to
lot.
Joe is at, what is it, 8, 9, 16, 20, 20, I think? So, I think Joe owes a couple. And that might be what he's thinking over is how much does he.
Yeah.
Because it went 10, 16. Oh no, 16 plus 4 is 20. So Joe might not actually owe any. Because the Battle Destiny would have been a 4. Because he subtracted 3 from it. So Joe might not
Yeah,
actually owe any.
plus the destiny from the
Yeah,
Kylo
so he
effect.
was.
So or the plus the one.
Yeah, so Joe I
So
think is at 20 as well.
math is hard.
Which. That Yoda sitting there seems really bad.
Vulnerable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, Kylo actually won the battle by 1, as we saw Greg lose another Yoda, or
Luke.
lose a Luke off the top.
Say that 5 times fast.
So Kylo is power plus 3 while he's defending. He's plus 1 from the interrupt stacked on the Kylo
Mm-hmm.
effect. He used Tauntaun Skull and put Lieutenant Destiny 6 out of play to add 6 to his power,
So
and
now
then drew
Lieutenant
a
Destiny
4
6.
for Battle Destiny.
Yep, and Lieutenant Destiny 6 cannot be played anymore at this point, but that's
Correct.
here near there.
Yeah.
Okay, it looks like Greg is going to go get his Hujix. Okay, smart.
Yep.
I wonder
That's
if Joe is playing the card that
take evasive action.
cancels take evasive action. I doubt it,
That
but
would be like at that point you just go, all right, I can't do anything.
Joe is not that mouse.
Yeah, like if Joe. All right, what are we missing?
It's the way that I
Oh, I
don't
think
know.
it. I think yeah,
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 he lost a Luke to the battle damage, so Luke
yeah.
should be on top.
I think he might have said, "Hold on, I meant to lose Luke. For I wanted to lose first so I could retrieve the saber."
Okay,
So
and that's fair. That's fair.
like that. That's a. And again, you can't. If you try and fix this on Gemp, it's. Oh,
Yes,
he
yeah.
lost Luke to the saber swing ping. Oh yeah. So, and Kylo Knights of Ren does not lose to the ping. So yeah, it wasn't a.
No, does he?
No, Kylo says he. I thought Kylo says he doesn't lose to that anymore. So
Um, to the internets.
yeah, that's. I thought Kylo.
No, he does. He does. Get get Phil. It's the effect that says that you don't lose. So right now we do have a little bit of a situation where Joe also should have lost for the swing and hitting with Kylo's lightsaber. He does not have the Specter of the Supreme Lord on the table, so he does owe a card lost for that. So, and yes, there we go. So it is now correct.
All right. Yep, they both forgot the ping. So, and as soon as I said something, it was like, oh, and it got fixed, and we'll go from there. So, and that would have been the top card of reserve. Like it,
Yeah. Well, no,
I mean,
he wanted to lose from hand, and I think at that point that's allowed.
yeah, they're fixing things and seeing what's going on, and yeah, I think Joe lost one as well. That's fine. So he's figuring out what he wants to do here
Hmm.
with the search. Like he can go get Fulmatrix, he could get Kylo's shuttle with Navy.
There's a lot he can do.
And the thing is, if he goes after Solo and he takes a card off Sand, you can probably get away with just losing Ray and then running.
It depends. Like there's so
Yeah,
much power.
yeah, it's
Like the power that
but it's just one ship. And again, Joe's only
yeah.
activating 1, 2, 3, 4, or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Like it's a lot of power, but 10 is still not.
Okay. And I think this is the better move from Joe. Just
Yeah,
yeah, the
Joe
FN
says I'm going to force the Hujix, which is fine. That's a
yeah.
perfectly reasonable
And the other thing
play.
is, if you notice, like he doesn't have the one FN trooper that cancels game text, so Yoda will still have his game text right now.
That you don't 6 versus 3 is not that
It's the
important,
immunity.
especially if
It is the immunity though.
the immunity the immunity only comes into play if Greg wants to peel to keep Yoda alive,
True.
and the battle damage is going to be brutal because I think Joe's got a trooper assault in hand, so he's going to be looking at
Yeah.
power 6, 11, 14, 15 plus 2 destinies to 6 plus 1. Like
Yoda's fine.
it's yeah, that's what I'm saying is the immunity. The 3 power is more impactful than the immunity, but frankly, I don't think you want to lose FN right now to do that because you just don't need it. And
Cardo.
there's Cardo, yep.
Yeah, he's clearly forcing out the Hujix here.
Yeah, and that's fine. You want to do that, but also you give yourself forfeit fodder because Cardo's frankly, I think the
Hmm.
forfeit fodder here. And
Yeah,
Joe says, "Okay, I can move everyone to the salt flats next turn
and turn off the retrieval.
and turn off the retrieval, turn off,
Well,
make it
no,
more
no.
difficult."
I think it's the retrieval is turned off if you control a crate site or a crate location. Kylo at the Salt Flats is
If memory serves, it's a crate location to get the bonus. It's control the salt flats to turn off retrieval. It's Kylo at the salt flats to turn off to require
yeah, you're
two
right. You're right.
characters.
Yes,
So we see the swing
which is a
and
lot.
oh, Kylo, yeah, he did. So
I don't think he swung.
yeah, he didn't even bother swinging. He forces out the Hujix and says okay.
Yeah, and I think if you're Greg, why would you not have retrieved the saber there?
I mean, I'm sure he's got a second,
Yes.
and maybe that was the thought process is like I'll use it for my second, and I could absolutely see Greg goes for the Ray there.
Yeah.
Like if you're Greg now, I think you're putting your guys at the salt flats.
Mhm. I'll
I
be right
think
back.
you're saying Luke to the salt flats. I'm going to make you move in front of me and be able to start the battle on my terms and hope it goes better than the last battle. um, it's not a great spot either way, though. That sniper and dark strike being used the way it was by Joe was extremely good. Like making that choice and saying, I just need to make sure I hit was
Well, there's a
a
reason why Joe is a three-time world champ, Hall of Famer, and probably one of the best, if not the best player in Star Wars CCG right now.
Yeah, and no argument there. That was a very, very good play by a very, very good player. And
Yes.
that's what he wanted to do. So we see Greg using the Cunning Warrior to pull Anakin Saber or a Corridor. He does not have either one, so he gives up the Verify. And we've got the Active Judge saying something. So,
Mm-hmm.
like, so there's one Luke in reserve, I think. There's a Princess Leia in there. Yep, so one Luke in reserve, two in Lost Pile. That means there's probably two more in either Hand or Force. Um, yeah, I mean, if you're Greg, I think you have to go to the Salt Flats and hope.
Part of me, being that Kylo is at the other location, I feel like it wouldn't be a bad idea to land the shuttle as well.
Um, I don't know that I'd hate that. The problem with it is then you have to take off the shuttle into a known problem.
Okay, never mind. I actually like that. Getting the Hoojiks back is going to be good for Greg.
Agreed. I think the Hujix is an important
On top of that, you can
card
place
to get
that
back.
pesky. On top of that, you can place that pesky close call out play too, or the sniper dark strike.
Greg's Joe's not getting him back. You're
Yeah,
so I
that's fair.
like the Lando as he can he can retrieve when Joe battles
Mm-hmm.
into him, and it does stop the site from being controlled if Joe walks back there. Now, again, what does Joe have in hand? Because like if he's got a couple troopers and a dude and wants to just go at Lando with the trooper assault, I wouldn't hate it.
Yeah,
And there's Hera,
and
who
now it's two
does,
destiny.
yeah, I guess she's a body.
Yeah, she's only a body at this point, and getting that second, like you get an extra, like Lando gives you the extra destiny, which is good.
It
And Kylo,
also puts
being that
her.
Kylo is all the way over there.
It also puts it so next turn, Greg can, if Joe moves in to contest that, Greg can come down with a third rebel and have that lined up. So we get a drain of 3, 4 at that site, I think.
Uh,
It's the site itself is
yeah.
+1, the saber adds 1, and the objective adds 1. So, that's a seeing that that's a drain of 4. Do you even move? Like,
No.
yeah, I here's there's steadfast at
Yeah. I mean,
Hosian.
Joe's out damaging Greg at this point, so I would just like
Yeah, now
I'd
he's not
just
paying for
focus on
drains,
going to
and
space, not pay to drain. Greg's Space Force is already accounted for, and yeah,
yeah, like thanks for
it's
playing.
3-6.
Yeah, that's and I
So
so I gotta think Greg's got another battleground site, either the
he's probably got the 2-2, the
yeah
Cloud City
either the
2-2.
2-2 or he's got the Leia's guest quarters that he can grab with my sister has it. So like he does have some answers. Yeah, I don't think he can go at the cavern. I think that's the question is going to be, can Greg get a third battleground in play and set up resistance and at least threaten?
Mm-hmm. And I like that Joe didn't
Like
put
if he can
any
do that, then
pilots.
it's 4-3. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, Joe didn't waste any pilots on the steadfast right now because A, he doesn't think Greg has any space to go contest the steadfast,
No, I don't think he does.
and without that, there's no reason to go after. Like, there's no reason to
Mm-hmm.
put any pilots, and if you assume Greg's going to be able to set up ultimatum, which I think you have to assume Greg has a battleground site he can put down and set up ultimatum, then the drain's going to be 2 either way. So instead
Yeah.
of risk it, and there is the
And
battleground
there's the
site.
2/2. Yeah.
So like now you just say, well, the drain's going to be 2 either way. So
Now he
why
has
waste
to do.
pilots? Because
Yeah.
again, this is match play. Those 2 pilots are 2 cards that you don't necessarily want to lose otherwise. But
Mhm.
now with ultimatum, suddenly Joe has to think about the math the other way.
Yeah, because right now it's
Because now it's
actually
5-4.
exactly 100%.
And that, as we see Ben Solo with Anakin Saber, so now it's 6-4. That's time's not on Joe's side there. And we see the ultimate. I'm sure he's pulling the ultimatum here. Yep. So now Joe has to decide where does he go, and like he's only got 2 dudes in hand. Although one looks like it's Aplek. Like you can go after Corrin, but you're gonna lose a dude to the Battle Destiny.
Hmm.
You know Greg's got the Hujix. Like, do you get anything from going after Corrin? Like you take him off that site, but then you're at best leaving Aplek alone and hoping Greg doesn't come after you. Like that's not necessarily ideal either. So and Greg's now,
No, it
I
isn't.
mean, Joe's now actually activating a decent amount. Like this is finally Joe's, but between adding the salt flats a couple turns ago and then the lower corridor getting put down, like Joe's at least got some activation going now, which is good for him. And we see the drains of 2 and 2. Um, so interestingly enough, if Greg was playing Menace Fades, he would be able to have it in effect here. Because Ocean Prime, you have to occupy it with a first order leader. If he were to put out Menace Fades, he would at least force Joe to put a leader on the Steadfast to get
Yeah.
around turning those into a total drains of 2 and 1.
But what are the chances that Greg is actually playing Men's Spades in this deck?
Probably fairly low. There's General Pride in front of Corrin,
Okay. I
and
mean, he doesn't
5
get an extra
for
battle
Aplek,
destiny,
which
and
is
that's
exactly what I
2 battle
said. Like,
destiny.
but again, if you're Greg, you're saying, well, I have the Hujix. I'm fine with you starting this battle
Yeah.
because you're going to end up with just Aplek there, and now maybe I can do something to Aplek.
Hmm.
So we,
Joe needs to put down another character.
Joe didn't have another character in hand.
That's what I'm saying. He needs another character here, or else this is not looking good.
I mean, so the downside Joe has to worry about right now is if Greg draws a 6, I think Joe gets the site wiped. Because
Yeah. Yeah.
if you draw the 6, that would leave Pride alone. Because Aplek could cover, and then you're leaving Pride alone, which would be
Yeah.
really bad. So then you have to lose Pride and Aplek. But you are still going to kill Corrin. You're probably going to force out that Hujix a second time. Like, Corrin's only power 2 and forfeit 5.
Yeah.
So
You
Corrin's a
can
total
force.
of
You can
7,
force. Yeah.
and you're at 9 plus 2. So you're up 2 total before we even do any Battle Destinies. And there we see the walk lane
Um.
getting put out of
Retrieve
play
the
as well.
5.
I think that's because he retrieved a 6 first. There's
Yeah.
a 5 and a 2 for Battle Destiny.
So
And
7, and
there
there's a
is
6.
the 6, which
So
is.
that actually might not clear, or that might not actually force out the Hujix.
Yeah, I think it does. So he's at 13 to. He's down like 3.
That's
It,
what I'm saying. You might just peel the 3.
I don't know if you. Again, this is match play.
And I understand
Interesting.
that.
So Joe just says, I have a Gick. Joe is saying, I have a Gick or I have a. Uh, command by leaving General Pride there alone. Or something as simple as I have a barrier. But he
so
does
really, really
also
quick,
pop resistance. Go ahead.
I don't want to interrupt you too much, but Mike Gem just won the SWU Unlimited, Star Wars Unlimited sector.
Good for him.
So
Like he
he deserves
I
it.
doubt he'll
He's been
ever
putting
watch
in
this
work.
stream, but he puts in a ton of work with the KTOD folks and the Star Wars Unlimited community, and he's an outstanding card player and a very nice guy. And congratulations to Mike Gem. I always like to see my friends succeed. And even
Yes,
if it's
I
not
will
in
agree.
something he's not here right now, which is a little unfortunate. I would have loved to see him. But I like my friends succeeding. I'm happy when they do. And that's a good thing. So we're
Mm-hmm.
seeing, first off, we see the Jedi's focus to go look for something, I think. Oh, Casey, I am rooting for Greg. I like Joe a lot. I don't have any problem with Joe. I like Greg a lot as well. Joe's had Worlds 3 times. Greg does not need another second place finish. I want him to get this. And we will not be discussing that further. Like, there's no chance I'm not rooting for Greg to win this because Greg never has. And it would be awesome if he does.
Uh,
So,
I could not have said that better myself. So,
there's,
but yeah,
I'm
um,
not rooting against Joe. This is not a dig on Joe in any way, shape, or form. I am rooting for Greg because Greg is an amazing guy. 77 months from
from Casey, that's impressive.
from that would be Sam actually. Oh,
Sam, oh,
the double barrier. So the second one's going to go through. Greg had the Skywalkers for the first one. Skywalkers is, however, unique, so he cannot use that to cancel
no.
the second one, and
Oof.
that's rough. Joe just wants to be ahead of Bastion and Justin. I mean, Joe wants Worlds. Like, don't. Joe is a very competitive guy. He wants to win this. And Leia, will she draw there? Um,
Yes, she
oh
has
yeah,
ability. She can do it.
so he canceled the first draw. He'll get the second one here with Leia, so he battles for free.
Yep. Because
Luke's
Luke is there,
excluded.
and
He
then he's
does pay one to
excluded.
retrieve the
Retrieve
Skywalkers.
because yep. And it
And he should be just drawing Battle Destiny.
and there goes Pride.
Now, interestingly enough, I think after you do that, you might move Leia to the 1-0.
Why?
Joe doesn't have any spies.
So he doesn't have any spies, but
So
what character?
you take advantage of the -1 to all his interrupts with Luke being there alone. Like, I don't
Oh,
know that
okay,
there's going to
okay.
be
I
that
didn't
many
think
more
about that.
battles, but
Yeah, I
there's
was gonna say I
no.
don't think it's gonna matter.
I don't think it hurts. Let's phrase it that way. I don't think you do have to worry about Ellis. Joe could absolutely be playing Ellis, and that would be a concern to make that move. And we see a Battle Destiny at 5, so Pride's going to cover. Um, like, you have to consider Ellis, and it might be something that Greg just says the juice isn't worth the squeeze there, and it looks like that's exactly what he's doing. Is he's going to draw one and say, nope, I'm not going to risk Leia. Like, if he has the Ellis and you don't have a so I don't fully disagree with you there, Silver Glen. Like, I think if he moves them all over instead of battling Yoda, he shuts off that drain as well. Like, Yoda would not have been able to
Mhm.
drain there. But I don't know that that's would have ended up being that impactful. Like, I think the battle still happens at the Salt Flats. And I think Joe was thinking, if I ever go to the Salt Flats, my objective can never be put out of play. And I'm going to force him to find his other battleground and spread his forces there. Because, like,
Mhm.
now you have Han, Luke, and Leia all not at the Salt Flats, which
Exactly.
means now Joe can move there and not risk getting his objective placed out of play.
Well, he has to lose the battle and lose Kylo. That's going to be hard for Joe.
Well, he's got not just lose the battle and lose Kylo, he has to lose the battle and Kylo with Luke, Leia, or Han
Or
present.
Han there. Yeah, it's not easy to put this objective on a play.
And you're not doing that. Like,
Yeah,
short of a
and
Nabron, which which Joe or
Joe
Greg definitely
has.
has,
Oh yeah, Greg has too.
but
Yeah,
Joe
I'm
has
assuming
the
both
Tarkin's
players.
orders to just straight
Yes. Yeah.
cancel it. Like,
Yeah, but again, Greg doesn't know that. And I realized the other thing, like the other reason why you don't want to move Leia is then Luke couldn't drain there. Like
what do you mean? Why couldn't Luke drain there?
he would be by himself if Leia was not there.
Oh, that. But the Salt Flats, you have to control
Oh
the Salt
yeah,
Flats for that.
that's oh my gosh,
It's
this first order objective is so confusing.
no, it all revolves around the Salt Flats. If Darkseid
Stop
isn't at
being
the Salt
salty,
Flats,
Garrett.
if you don't have the Salt Flats as Darkseid, Lightside doesn't care.
Yeah.
Like, the only thing on your objective at that point is the Drain +1. You, I think it's control the Salt Flats, Logan. It's control the Salt Flats with Kylo
Logan, you stop being
to
salty
turn
too. You're
off the
thinking after
single
your
parcel
father.
drains, and
Your
controlling the
Star
Salt
Wars
Flats
father.
in any way turns off retrieval.
Yeah.
So it's control no retrieval, and then I think it's control with Kylo to shut off the things. So
Yeah.
there we see the finalizer with Steadfast. Okay, fine. I'm not reading the card. All right, so it is occupy with Kylo to
Thank you, Chris.
turn off the drains and control to shut off retrieval. That's
And I like what Joe just did there, putting the finalizer to Hossein Prime, moving the steadfast because now that equalizes the damage
yep.
at Dakar.
That being said, I think you will see Greg probably move the Tidarium in front of the Steadfast.
Yeah.
So you got one card still on. You got
Joe
Life Force.
has 13 in life, 7 in hand. Greg has 15 in life, 5 in hand.
Okay, so 13 down for Joe, 15 down for Greg. Both have a total of 20 cards. So Joe's got
Wow.
7 in hand now, obviously 8. Like, they both have a total of 20 cards. Greg has a few more down than Joe, but this is close. So I do think now if I'm Greg, like I said, I get a drain for 2, 1, and 2. And then I think you move the Tidarium in front of the Steadfast. I think you force Joe to have an answer to that
Mm-hmm.
because there's only so many he can have. Like, lots of those characters he's all of his characters are tied up. Like, he could dump a trooper on there for forfeit fodder, but the trooper only forfeits for 3. Like, you're not getting a lot out of that. And Greg could absolutely put another passenger in there just to have his own set of forfeit fodder. So, because then again, you're winning the drain race still. Like, you're draining for 5, and I think Dakar would be a 5 because it would make it actually a drain of 6 because Leia's there. If you move off
Mm-hmm.
Creighton to Dakar, like, I think Joe is going to get at a point here soon where he needs to move that stack to the salt flats just to contest. Like you can't
You
you
can't
can't
just sit there.
not contest. Yeah, you can't
Mhm.
just sit there and watch this play out. And there went 2 copies of Lieutenant Destiny 6. So
And you got to think that Joe has another Tauntaun skull.
yeah, but it's on the grabber, so Joe would have to pay 2 to do it.
Yeah, but look how much force he has in his force pile.
Yeah, 1, but he's not getting battled right now.
Oh, is that his one? Is that his force pile?
Yeah, he's got 1 card in force,
Okay.
but he's not getting battled. So, and Greg reveals that he has a 2 and a 3 on top there, a Sense and a Sorry combo, and I think the Sorry combo is one
He wants that. He wants
he
that
was
so
hoping that
bad.
would be in hand, and he's kind of sorry it's in his reserve deck. But so this is going to be close, but honestly, like I think Greg's blowing up the supremacy the way he did on that early run was, I think, very impactful. I think
Oh, it was.
the you're seeing the fragility to an extent of first order space where you can put a bunch of power up there, but you don't have a ton of ships, and if you lose 1 or 2, you're really going to struggle to put a lot of pressure in space. Like that's a potential issue, and I think if you're
Hmm.
VHD, I think they're going to be very, very close either way. I don't know that I would say either deck has a significant advantage
Hmm.
here. And we see, okay, so Greg doing the pilot swap to make the gravity shadow a little harder to hit, making it a 4 instead of a 3.
Yeah, and then he can switch it
That
around.
is extra smart because Joe's deck has a bunch of 3s. There are
Yeah,
not as many 4s. Like if you do the switch and you get gravity shadowed and you're stuck there because Joe draws a 5 or a Lieutenant Destiny 6,
you're fine with that.
you're not happy about it, but you can live with that.
Yeah,
If you don't make the switch and Joe draws a 3, everything goes
that
boom
type.
and you cry.
Yeah, a little bit.
So
Unless he's thinking about just maybe leaving it there.
so he apparently is. Like I don't love that play. I think I would have gone to contest that drain of 2 because I think it's worth. Yeah, I guess
Yeah,
overwhelmed could be
and
bad.
I think
Well, but
what's going
the
on
guys he
is
can
so the
deploy from Lost are
troopers.
non-unique troopers, and walkers, neither of which help with
Hmm.
overwhelmed. Like he'd
True,
still need, I
and
think,
I
2
think it's
pilots to
more.
make overwhelmed work because you've
So
got
I
to be
think it's
double the
also that
power.
Greg did it. Like Greg has to know that Joe has at least another ship. We see the steadfast as the finalizer. The
Yeah,
fulminatrix, he took the fulminatrix off of sand, so he knows it's there.
yeah,
The fact that Joe could go fulminatrix into steadfast and just overwhelm that Tydirian is just. I'm not saying to overwhelm the card. I'm just saying
yeah.
overwhelm it with battle damage because
But I don't
that would
know
be
if you
bad.
can completely overwhelm with battle damage. That was what I was kind of like. You've got Ray adding 1 to the total, and then
But
Ray's
you're getting a 5
forfeiting
and a
for
2.
7. Yeah, and then Ray forfeits for 7 though. So like Ray
Yeah, and
covers a
there's a
chunk.
neighbor in Joe's or in
Yeah,
Greg's hand.
Greg's had the Nabron. I don't know that Greg needs the Nabron right now. Like that's the thing. Like I think the Nabron is a.
If he's able to get the sorry about the mess. Well, you
But
don't
I
go
don't
after
think he
Kylo
is.
because yeah, you don't want to do that because of
And
the effect.
Kylo
It can affect
cancels
anybody's destiny.
any draw, so like you
Yeah.
almost have to go after one of the.
Well, no, he can cancel either of those,
Yeah,
like
but if
any
you
of
go
those
after
destinies.
one of the troopers, just a straight 5 will kill them. Like
Yeah.
it's easier than hitting the 6 to kill Kylo, but you are. It's not a gimme. Like, and there, I think he's losing one. He loses the Jedi focus. I think there's one more off the top. I think Greg is absolutely playing this. You see Logan saying keep the game close. I think Greg is playing this right. You want this to be as close as possible.
Yeah, going into dark side versus light side, I agree.
Like, if you get the win with light side, you are happy. And there, so he loses the sense off the top, which means he knows the sorry is there. And with Greg having, or excuse me, Joe having no reserve.
Oh yeah, yeah. Now you do that,
And there's the
and there's the
Utaguta
Utagutsu
solo.
solo with the sense off the top. Yeah, that's kind of bad.
Yep. Well, it cancels the neighbor. Like you're back to where you were. Unfortunately, like it's
Yeah,
so.
and it's
And
also a meter sense. So
I like using the Utaguta instead of the Tarkin's orders there because the Utaguta is used, and it gives him a 5 that he knows where he is instead
mhm.
of. That's a virtual Utaguta, Chris. It's they're not captured. They just neighboring gets lost on the gets lost on the way. He called for an Uber and the guy got confused and turned the wrong way and ended up at a Fuddruckers. And
what when did Chris Goglin join Team Five?
I didn't know Chris Goglin was a member of Team 5. I thought he was a new ally. I just assume everyone
Uh,
is a new ally until I'm told differently. So, and
Sounds like Chris is
Joe's doing a count here. Looks like he's got about 10 down after that Uta.
yeah.
Like, this is going to be very, very close, and I think Greg is perfectly happy with that. Who?
Vic roll.
Ooh, Vickrell. Okay, so Joe is again just saying, I have a Gick. I will. Oh, the.
Yeah,
I was
sure.
unaware that exclamation
Uh-huh,
points were joking.
uh-huh.
That's.
Yeah.
I thought that just meant you were very, very sure they were all getting captured. So,
Yeah.
all right, I don't mind the Vickrell there. Honestly, like, I wouldn't actually hate Vickrell moving over. Yep, that's the.
I think that's what we're going to see. Yeah.
So, which
Because that is a
means
drain of two there.
it is a drain of 2, and Greg's got to answer it. And I mean, Greg's got at least an Obi-Wan
Yeah, we haven't
potentially
seen
still
Obi-Wan.
available. That might be about it, though. And we see another Nabron for 5, which
Oh.
means that's a no-go.
Yeah, and Greg's like,
Greg thought that was not the case. All right.
yeah,
So Greg's,
was he had to miss tracking or something there.
yeah, I'm wondering if he thought he had the sense underneath it and forgot that he peeled the sense off the top.
Yeah,
And there we see my sister has it, going to
the
search.
shuffle.
Uh, four,
All
six,
the
six.
distance were
Oh,
bad for all the distance were bad for the
yeah, I
neighbor,
mean, the
but
neighbor, and I think he had to be thinking the sense was there and space that he had lost it earlier because he has
yeah,
3. So the sense would have been like that would have been brutal if that neighbor had hit.
I mean, if he's got a character in hand, it's not that bad. But I mean, he's still
Yeah.
going to drain for 5.
Yep. You drain for 5. I think if you have a character in hand, you take it. I think if not, maybe you do. Well, I don't know. I don't love just moving Leia
Yeah,
in there. Like I don't think you're going to lose any. I don't think you're necessarily going to lose, but like you lose the. If Joe then spends everything to move over to the salt flats, you lose the ability to do anything. So here's the drain of 2. I mean, either way, I think Greg has to be at least a little okay with how this game's going to end up because it is going to be a low differential
Yeah,
win or
regardless of
loss.
what happens. Yeah.
Like, I feel like Greg might be slightly behind right now on the numbers because he's getting drained for 6 and only draining for 5 in return.
He's getting drained for 8 next turn.
Well, if he doesn't do anything about Vicryl. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, it's. But he's keeping it very close. And then he just needs to win by more. Like, and that Shadow Collective has the potential to win by
Mhm.
a chunk, and it is again Tom's saying, and I think he's right. I think it is slightly favored into Watch Your Step. I think he absolutely has game. Yeah, Chris, it's going to be a very close game either way. I think if you're Greg, obviously you'd rather have the win. Like you always just want the win,
And it looks
but
like Joe has about 6 in life force, 4 in hand. Greg, I
Greg's in
can't
a
tell.
similar position. Like Greg's gonna
Yeah.
need to answer that Vicryl, and that's a problem. So, and I think he honestly, I think the Padme to the Salt Flats might have been overkill. Like I think if he still had Padme in hand, you're
No,
very
I don't think
happy
so.
with dropping Pat. See, I don't think it. I don't think Padme stops Joe from going there.
So
3 in hand,
one thing
6
you
down for
could do,
Joe.
and this is what I
Hold on,
like.
I got a report coming in here.
3 in hand, 6 down for Joe. 3 in hand, 8 down for Greg.
So Joe has 3 in hand, 6 down. Greg has 3 in hand, 8 down.
Yeah.
So it is extremely close, and I do think yeah. So we see he Jedi's focus there, correct?
So he retrieved Jedi's focus
Oh, with Luke. Okay,
with Luke.
all right. I'm fine with that. So I don't know that Padme is stopping Joe from moving over there. And the thing with Padme is like if you had just had Padme now in hand, Vikryl's got no immunity. You just go, okay, well here's Padme, here's Vikryl. Battle wipe, call it a day.
Yeah. Chunk, chunk, chunk.
Like you
Yeah.
just say,
I'm,
okay,
I'm not
we're.
disagreeing with you. I'm not disagreeing with you, but I think any character is able to do that here.
I agree, but he doesn't have any other characters, and he had Padme in hand. That's what I'm saying. Like if he's got the if he's got Obi-Wan or anyone else, like yeah, just even just throwing Obi-Wan there, like Joe Joe's got enough force he could do what? Throw a trooper down there and I mean he
Hmm.
knows where a 5 is. You could activate to the 5, throw a trooper down there, battle, the 5 kills Obi-Wan, like you can do all that, but all right, so we do see Greg moving over to block the drain because again, now Joe's light enough in force. Now, I kind of hate it, but I almost think you have to move Luke and Leia over. No,
But
you
then,
can't. Then you give
no,
up the
you
drain.
can't.
I.
Hmm. So not only do you give it the drain, you give up the ultimatum, which is making that drain the cave go from 4 to 2.
So you move one of them, maybe. Oh, all right. I'm not positive. Oh, okay. So you move all them to block the cave drain. I think you still got to move someone in front of Vikryl. You can't. Okay, so he's just
I
letting the
mean,
Vikryl.
it goes from 8 to 4. So
Yeah, you're letting the Vikryl drain go. I think he's saying if you want to battle me on the ground there, I'm gonna make it hurt coming back. Like he's got the swing.
exactly.
Yes, Joe can potentially stop some of the swing stuff, but like Joe activates, so he's not planning to draw 2 battle destinies.
No,
He may
no,
just
he's not
be.
drawn to Destiny.
He may not actually battle. Like I could actually see Joe
I
say,
could.
"I'll drain for 4 and I will walk away."
I was going to say we could see him battle in space if he can knock out the Tiderian.
He doesn't have any.
That's
A battle destiny of 5 does not kill the Tidarium.
that's true.
Like,
Oh yeah, he's going to take the card off Sandy. Just get a card back too.
yeah, and that would stop. I mean, so that would limit him to 1 battle destiny at one of those sites instead of 2.
Mhm.
So, and we see there goes Skywalker's and Jedi's Focus from hand for Greg. And the drain of 2 at Hosian. So the other thing is, though, with, and there went to Blaster Deflection, another Jedi Focus. So now if Joe runs away from Hosian, that becomes a drain of 2.
Well, that's not Hosian.
Or from, whatever, Dakar.
Maybe.
And there's... Is that the Night Buzzard, or is that Kylo's... No, that...
Oh, so the car is I think that's Kylo. No, that's the Night Buzzard.
Okay, that's the Night Buzzard. All right.
Yeah.
Like, that's fine.
The car is a drain -1 for Greg because of there's no resistance leader there. Logan's saying Kylo's shuttle.
Okay. So, yeah, because Optimistic General Han is not a resistance leader. Rey is a resistance character, but not a leader.
Correct.
I knew it had something to do with the resistance character. I thought it was just a resistance character. So, okay. Kylo's shuttle, which may just be forfeit fodder. I mean, it will get him the battle destiny. He can take that Phasma and make sure his 5, he gets the 5 and he limits to 1. But there's not enough power there. He just costs him Rey. And he loses something in return and then has to run.
Yeah, which would not be good.
He's going to deploy a trooper there for 1, which I think is fine. Honestly, I think that's just a save power thing. He doesn't want Greg to battle him there. And we're doing a little bit of math on the battle. Like, what are we... So Kylo's not alone, so he's not a huge power boost.
No, it's just 1 from the effect.
Yeah, so he's he's a 6 then. Yeah, he's got a trooper assault in hand. That doesn't surprise me at all. Like, but again, he's only drawing 1 battle destiny. It's going to be a 5, which is good, but like, I don't know. The other thing if he's got a trooper assault in hand, unless that other card is also an interrupt, he might actually not be able to stop the swing. Okay, so he is battling in space first. And he is going to take Phasma to limit them both to 1. Which is really more to limit Greg to 1.
Yeah.
And there is a 5, and Greg draws a 4, which becomes a 5 with Rey because it's total. And I think you probably just lose Rey.
Yeah, no, that you have to lose the Rey here.
Yeah, but I think you're fine with losing just Rey.
Yeah, and there goes the Steadfast.
Yep. And that's fine. It did... There's no way Greg's okay on power. Like, you've got to lose somebody here, Greg. And I think it might be a question of who does he lose. Yeah, it's got to be Rey.
It's got to be Rey, because now...
He's... Oh, it was Rey and 1. Okay, so there was...
That's okay.
That's a lot of power, though. So the thing is, Tidarium does have a permanent pilot, so even if he went to Salt Flats, he does still get that drain. So we're still going to see drain of... It'll be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 still. Yeah.
And Joe only has like 6 left.
Joe's...
Maybe 7?
Joe's got a couple left. I think so he loses 2. Joe's got like 2 in hand.
Yeah.
And there went the Tarkin's orders to cancel the drain. Yeah, his drain... Joe can't cancel his drain there, I think.
What?
The Salt Flats... I think the Salt Flats is like the Lothal site. The drain can't be canceled.
You're right. Yeah. While the resistance is destroyed on table, force drains may not be canceled or reduced.
So Joe has 3 cards left and 1 in hand. Greg has slightly more than that. I think what you'll see here is Greg move...
It's got to be the tide. It's got to move.
Like he's got to move the Tidarium. The final, yeah, because Crate's only a drain of 1. Yeah. So you move in front of the finalizer because even if you get outpowered, you're just losing that. So,
But the Final Age does, or the Tidarian has a permanent pilot.
yep,
So
it does. So you're draining either way. What what
yeah.
what the question becomes is, Greg's also low enough on cards. Do you move to block the Vicryl drain as well? Because Joe could, I guess, in theory, move one of. I mean, like Joe
Well,
could activate,
actually,
and Joe could move
so funny
Kylo
enough,
over. Like I
yeah,
might
yeah.
actually move both of them to block the. So I'd move the Tidarium to Hosian. I would move Luke and Leia to block the Vicryl
So
drain.
yeah, no, yeah, you do. It doesn't matter. Like you can move Luke over, leave Leia. She can still drain at the 2-2.
So she can't if Joe says, I'm going to move just Kylo over.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
that's what I'm
Okay.
saying is I think you move them both
But
and
that's what I'm saying.
say
Like
it's a
it's in
drain
the
of
point.
one instead of two,
Yeah.
but that's fine. I think I think that's the play. So and that leaves him just enough to pay for Lando, which is what he needs.
Mhm.
So because if Joe moves to Salt Flats with Kylo, he blocks the drain anyway, so it doesn't matter if you move. Why did you pay? The
Yeah.
movement there is free.
To
Oh,
get cards back into his reserve
yeah,
deck.
he might have. So I don't love going to Crate instead of Hosian. Um,
Oh, I like that.
so
I
Padme
like
moves
what Greg
back
has done.
there.
Yeah.
Like, okay. And now
Like,
you pay one for Lando. So now he's threatening two Battle Destinies and a Destiny to Attrition.
yeah.
So,
And Joe really can't battle him anywhere. Maybe where Vickrell is.
I mean, the Vicryl battle, your best case scenario is kill them both. And so honestly, I think what Joe does here, I think Joe's going to activate. I think Joe activates. He's got what, four down? Does he have
Yeah.
three or four down? You know what? That might be three. I think he's one short. Because what you'd like to do is activate two.
Battle.
Well, three. Battle with Vicryl. Move the shuttle. Actually, I think you might just
Move
land the
Kylo.
shuttle. So you activate two. Battle with Vicryl.
Land the shuttle
Land the
and
shuttle.
move
Move
Kylo.
Kylo. So then he can't drain with Luke. He can drain for one at Crate. And that's it.
And that's it. Yeah.
And then I think you are. But then yeah, I think that's. I think that's it. And then it's going to be super close because even still, like he's draining for one, and you're draining for two, but you're going to run out of cards.
Well, I also think that if that happens, then Greg moves the Tidarian in front of the finalizer.
He can't get that far. He can't get from car to one or crate to one.
Oh, okay.
Crate's a. Is crate the
9.
eight or is crate the or is Dakar the
It's
eight
an
and
8
crate?
or I think it's an 8. It's an 8.
Okay, yeah, crate's the eight, Dakar's the five.
Yeah, so you're right. You can't move. So that's why he
So
couldn't move the Tidarian to Hosting Prime.
he could. Oh, oh yeah, Tidarium's only for hyperspeed three, isn't it?
Hmm.
Okay, so yeah, Joe is definitely tanking hard, and I think we'll see if he came to the same. Oh, he may not have. So he may end up doing the. I'm going to move Kylo. I'm going to move the shuttle and leave Vicryl there because if he moves Kylo, he still turns it down to a drain of one. Like, and he
True,
doesn't
but
have to battle with Vicryl, although he does end up with,
then Greg battles with
yeah,
into Vickrell. Yeah.
and that might be why he just undid it, and he's trying to figure out the like, okay, do I have a way to land for free?
Hmm.
Do I have a way to? He's shield busted, so he can't put out fanfare to look. I mean, he could always use his objective just to look for a site.
Yeah, but that's during the deploy phase. I think he wants to do it in the activate phase.
Is he decide? Yeah, like I don't know what he's looking for. Like,
He's looking for a way to search to see what that card in his reserve deck is, that last card.
yeah, and I guess I don't know that it matters. Like Leia's got no. I think the line Leia's got no immunity. You battle her
But
out.
that's what I'm saying. Is like, what is he looking for specifically to see what that
Yeah.
card is?
So all right. So he's hmm. And I guess I don't know that you can leave all the troopers there without Kylo. Even if you
Mm-mm.
have the trooper assault, like one of them's going to get hit. You're going to get outpowered. You're going to let
And
him
yeah,
retrieve.
yeah.
Like, and then you can just activate zero, and you worst case scenario you pay one to retrieve one, and then you lose Lando to whatever battle destiny. Like, I don't know that Joe's got a perfect line here. This is
And that's why he's taking his time here to think
yeah.
about what he
Well, I
does
guess
wants to do here.
he does have to drain for two. Like he can get the drain for two, and
He has to drain for the two.
which I think probably is the card in Greg's hand, and then I don't know what else.
Probably the card in the use pile, unless Greg knows what it is.
Yeah, that's probably accurate. So, and like I can see the land the shuttle, move Kylo over, shut that thing off, but like then you give up the battle with Vickrell. And if you do just that, Greg could just say, okay, well, I'll move. It's just Kylo there. I'll move.
Okay, no, he's gonna drain. He's done looking at
All right.
everything. He's
So
looks
he
and he
decided.
indicated to drain. So
So
Greg
we've
is thinking
got the
about what he
drain of
wants to
two,
lose
and
here.
Greg's got to decide. Like, I don't know what card is in Greg's hand, but it's. Oh, it was Yoda. Okay,
Yoda.
and there was the Hear Me Baby, and I think Yoda. He's not going to be able to deploy.
Mhm.
Like the force to deploy Yoda is not there. So we are going to see. Yep. Oh, he's going to battle at that site.
He's battling at the location, and you know what?
Oh,
That's a retrieval for Greg.
yeah. That is Greg retrieving the 5,
Yeah,
and we see the
there's the
trooper
trooper
assault.
assault.
So
So that
Greg
was the last card in
has
Joe's
3.
hand. So he's got no interrupts in his hand. He can swing at Kylo here.
Yeah, that's what I'm wondering is do you swing
I
at
think
Kylo
you
with the
have you.
trooper
I think
assault,
you have to swing at Kylo.
or do you add a destiny, or do you draw 2 battle destiny? Or he's got, does he
He's
have
got four now.
4 in okay, so he is
Yeah,
not drawing. Oh, so Joe's not
and
drawing
they
battle
both have to
destiny.
lose to the saber. Now you
That
swing at Kylo. If you know what those 4 cards in there, you swing at Kylo.
it doesn't matter. Kylo can't move away. I mean, I no, because he still has the trooper who can cancel. Or no, he can't because that trooper. Or no, that trooper.
This trooper can't cancel.
Why not?
And no, I'm saying he can't. I think he can.
Yeah,
Um, yeah, and there's the two
so
destiny. It's a 10. I think
and
Greg actually
Greg might win that battle, and Joe has all his guys. Or well, Cardo's not
doesn't
immune.
it. Carter's not immune, but Kylo's gone, and the fact that like Greg's not losing anybody except Orlando.
Maybe the power might actually matter there.
I think if you're Joe, I think you take those 3 cards and you put them into your loss pile. And the reason I'm saying this is Greg has the possibility of initiating with Leia. You don't want that.
Yeah, I
Then
mean,
he can
but
initiate. Then he can initiate with Kylo to retreat.
I
Then he can
don't think
initiate with Ben.
I don't think Joe is down in. I don't think Joe
He's the
lost the
brain.
battle. I don't think he could lose those. I think he's got to land the ship though. Like you've got to land the ship, and
Yeah, yeah.
so the question is, do you land it in front of Hera and just lose the ship instead of the drain? Which I think might be the play. Like Greg's got no cards in hand. You landed in front
Yeah.
of Hera. He doesn't retrieve for battling with Hera. You
No,
land
but
it
he
in front of Hera.
retrieves with Leia. I honestly, it depends on how many cards Greg has down because Greg can just end it right here.
So it's a drain of 3.
It's going to be a drain of 5 total right
Oh,
now.
yeah. Greg can just drain him out.
Yes.
Is that the play? So Greg has 4 cards down right now. Greg has
5.
no way. Is it 5? Okay. Greg
It's
has
5.
no way to stop the Hosian drain. So he'd have to start 2 battles to equal out the Hosian drain. And he can do that. And I think that might be what they're discussing is it worth that? Because the other part is if Greg battles on the ground, even adding a Destiny Nutrition, there's no way he can clear all of them. You had 3, 6, 10,
Yeah,
15.
I don't
Yeah,
think he can.
you're not clearing them, so you're not putting Joe in a position where he can't drain.
I think you just have to.
And you're not
Well,
overflowing Vickrel.
even if he initiates, he's retrieving 2. The drain is only 2, so you're essentially canceling it out.
Yeah, but
Yeah, no, it doesn't matter. Yeah,
you
Greg's going to win this game.
Greg by
5.
5 and are we sure it's 5? I think it's 4, but Greg
Well,
Greg
would you
wins
like to
with
go
the
check?
lost pile count. Yeah, I will go check, and then I'm sure they're going to take a 5-minute break, but we'll find
Oh,
out.
definitely.
I will
I
get
would.
you the
That was
info here.
that. Either way, that was a masterclass by both players. Like both players played one heck of a game. Uh, if it like we know that Greg has won this game, we just don't know how by much. We also don't know what the
All right,
lost
so
piles were.
per Robbie the Intrepid, Shaw by 5, 34 in
Told you.
loss. 30. Shut up. 34 in lost for Shaw. 37 for Joe. I'm assuming they're taking 5.
Yeah, they'll take.
Yeah, so
Uh,
they're going to take
hopefully.
5. I think we should take 5 as well, and we will be back for game 2.
Sounds good.
All right, folks. So we are back. Game two of the 2025 World Championship final game.
Final match.
Final match, final game, final. This is for all of the marbles. Um,
I thought it was for a trophy.
you don't know what the trophy's made of. So I don't
Well,
think it's
it's big,
actually
it's
made of
black, and
marbles,
it's
but
obsidian.
okay. So, but this is Joe Olson on Watch Your Step, starting walkling, squadron assignments, and I must be allowed to speak whatever the combo card with that
Smuggler's
is.
Blue. Yeah, it's what Smuggler's Blues, and I Must Be Allowed to Speak.
Yep.
Greg
And
going with inconsequential losses, You'll Be Dead, and Security Precautions V.
I don't think that was a 20-minute break, Chris. That might be.
I I wish it was about like 4 minutes longer because I'm trying to eat my dinner.
Might have been like a 10-minute break, maybe, but I think your East Coast time is throwing you off. It's so
So
we've
you old
talked
man.
about this a little bit, especially if Joe's not running Kessel. I think Shadow Collective has a line here. I think not running Kessel
Mm-hmm.
limits Joe's potential to really just hammer out drains. Ooh, I like that, Marine. Thank you very much. An A plus 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 plus. That's way better than any grade I ever got in school.
Chris, I want you to show your work before you start complaining. Uh, Also, take it up with your teammate, not the commentators.
Yeah, we I do not have the ability to just go tell them to sit down and shuffle up and
I mean,
play.
if we
I
did, oh my God, think of everything that we could be doing.
no one wants to give me that power. we,
I
we
mean,
we have had
Chris,
this discussion. Giving me power is not the way things work here, and we're
yeah,
having a much better job. We have a lot more fun not having power. And there's the handshake because
uh,
these guys have known each other for 20 years. We're all
yeah.
friends. I think, obviously Joe is an absolute competitor. Joe wants to win this game 100%. Joe wants his fourth title, but he is not going to be, he's going to play his best, but they're going to have fun and try their best.
So Joe has been playing for a while.
Joe was
It's
playing in
just
the
been,
2000s. I
yeah.
remember him. I remember him
Come
at
on.
a couple of the Chicago Worlds, and
Yeah,
those
he
were in
was
like
there.
'05.
Yeah.
So, because I think he was at the one I day three'd there with when Nate Meeker
Hunter.
won it with Dick Hat over
Yeah.
Hunter,
I know I
and
was
he was
there.
there later. So yeah, I mean Joe played. Joe has been in play for a long time, and there we see the activation from Greg. Greg
That a kid.
open-handed the
Oh my
tentacle.
God. We have
So
a Cantina Brawl in Joe's hand.
that's a perfectly reasonable card in Watch Your Step.
No, it is,
He's
but I'm
also
saying
got
it's
a
a good
dodge,
card.
which is a
Yeah.
solid way to make things interesting. So I'm not positive that Greg even wants to go to the cantina.
I wouldn't. Like, there's no
Like,
reason for him to. That's a just a bad spot.
okay,
Yes, we know, Greg.
that seems
Oh, I'm sorry.
perfectly
It's Greg.
reasonable. It's we're not yelling at Gurgle. Don't
Fine, I'll yell at Garrett. I know, Garrett.
That's better. Like Gurgle will, figure out some ruling that says we don't get to do this anymore. So don't yell at Gurgle.
Um,
You almost typed Gurgle Shaw, didn't you?
Shush.
So
I don't think straight when I'm hungry.
you need a Snickers. So we see Greg
Buy me one,
says, "Here's Maul." Um, doesn't look like he has a gun. I do see he open-handed restraining bolt again.
which is I don't think it's going to come into play this game.
Yeah, I think it's much less impactful this game. And he just says, "You know what? I'm throwing out a couple shields right away. Here's my grabber. Here's my secret plans. Here's my useless gesture."
Yeah.
Like, I'm not going to forget. I'm not going to monkey around with having to think about it.
Yeah.
So he is potentially getting his activation cut, but probably not on turn one. So,
I mean, it would only cut it by 2.
yeah, but it cut him down to 7, but it's more Joe's
Mhm.
only getting 8, no, 7, 8 because he's got walk lane. So, like, he could flip turn one, but it'd be a risky flip.
Yeah, I mean,
Like, it would be a
not with
Mirax on
that
the
dodge.
skate
Honestly,
alone. It
the
would
fact that
be.
he's got the
Oh, he
dodge in
does
hand.
have Kessel in the deck. So
Okay.
whoever told me it was not a Kessel deck, that changes a lot of the math I was kind of looking at. Is I think with Kessel he's got more play, and now it's not Kessel run. Okay, but does look like he's thinking about going Han on the Falcon right away, and trying to just start doing damage. Drain for 2 at Tatooine.
Yeah,
Oh, he puts out Kessel right away, or is that Corellia?
that's Corellia.
Okay, well, it's still putting out force right away. So that means Han and the Falcon comes down for what, like 4? They're each -1.
Something like that. Yeah. It depends on which Han, Chris. If it's Han dot solo, then no. If it's Premier Han, yes.
Yeah, it's Premier Han. Although
Okay then.
so I don't know that I would love putting out Kessel there because you know that Greg has the first light and Han alone
Hmm.
at Kessel just feels like I'm going to pull first light. I've already got a gangster there. All I need is 1 or 2 more, and I will force you to have the moving to attack position, or I will blow things up. And I don't think you want to do that. I think you're perfectly fine leaving them at Corellia, draining for 2. So, because that he does have the drain for 1 setup. Chewie reacts cheaply, but counting on reacts is a little dangerous in this time frame. Like we didn't see a Lana Dobreed when Greg was playing Beef Red, and there was some disarmed going on there, but we didn't see all his cards. And I think Dryden stops reacts. Like I would not want to count on a react.
Yeah, I agreed.
So, and Joe saves 2, which might be threatening the react in case Greg decides to get a little spicy.
Hmm. I think Chewie costs more than that, though, doesn't he?
Now Chewie is -1 as a pilot, -2 to the same location as Han. He comes down for 2
Okay, so that
as a
is
react
Han
with
up
Han.
there.
Yeah, that is Han. That's Han on the Falcon.
Okay. For some reason, it looked like the Outrider to me.
Nope, that was Han. That was Premier Han V on the Falcon, and apparently we're just gonna risk the Cantina Brawl, which again I don't necessarily hate. Like,
I mean, the
here's
thing is, though,
Shizor,
like,
figure something out.
yeah, but like you said, though, again, the question is, does Greg know that there's a Cantina Brawl?
But is Joe going to blind Cantina Draw right here?
No.
There's a dodge, but is there not a
There
Cantina
is
Brawl?
there's a Cantina Brawl in there. I'm almost positive.
So we saw the dodge, Bill. I already called that one out. If Dan's
Yeah.
just seeing things because he's old and the Chinese food had too much MSG or something, that's on him.
Excuse me, Mr. Graybeard.
I properly called out dodge. I'm not saying the Cantina
I
Brawl
said
isn't
there was a
there.
dodge there, but there's a Cantina Brawl in there.
So, and now I think we're going to see Greg is moving Maul and going to. Ooh, Greg is just trying to force action and force damage through. Like he's saying, you might be able to come at me, but like I'm gonna make you earn it. And the wounded warrior could be real interesting. So like dodge is nice because it subtracts 3 from the draw,
Hmm.
but all his guys are fairly low ability. Like I don't
Yeah.
see a Talon. He does have the Chewy. I didn't see a Talon card, which
Maybe
means
that's not a
all
Cantina
his
Pro.
guys are like ability 3 or so. So the dodge means they're effectively ability 6, and the shot is +2 with, if you count in Maul, adding 1. So that puts you to a 5 will hit him. And then a wounded warrior, especially if you're trying to fight in front of Shizor and like, oh, I've got 6 ability. No, sir,
Yeah.
you do not.
Yeah, that would be really bad.
Now, the question is Greg going to put out Battle Order? Is he going to
I
make Joe
don't
pay?
see why not.
Um, so I tend to
6,
agree
7,
that I
8,
think I'd be fine with
9,
putting out Battle Order.
10,
Nope,
11.
he's... Is he going to just let him drain for free? So, like, in theory, you could say, okay, I'm
It's
going to
going to be
drain for
interesting. Yeah.
3. I'm going to let you play Battle Order. And I guess, like, if Joe decides, hey, I'm going to throw a couple guys down to the cantina or the docking bay and do something, and okay, I'll put out Battle Order to force you to pay, that's all right. So, yeah, I think Resistance might be the play. And we see the control tunnel vision because he saw him grab the Kessel instead of having to fight off Kessel. So tunnel vision's going to get him the Talon card, who's definitely going to change the math on dodge. Like Talon card makes dodge really good
Yeah, you're not wrong.
because all the smugglers then are effectively defense value 5,
Yeah, which is pretty good
which is a little
against
harder.
these little guns.
Oh, first light to the drain.
Yeah, and there's really no way
That's,
to get that back.
I mean, he could potentially deploy a couple alien leaders and Jabba's twerps.
He's got 2
That's,
already. Well, he's got
he's
1
got one
already.
already. And we don't see, and oh yeah, Never Ask can get it back as well. And he does have the I never asked for anything twice. There's Luke in front of Maul, and I feel like there's probably a barrier somewhere here. Maybe not. All right. Um,
Well, Greg's still thinking, so
yeah, that's. Nope. Greg says all right. I mean, I guess Luke by himself isn't necessarily.
no, it shouldn't be just Luke by himself. There's Lando.
Yeah, but you're still only drawing one battle destiny there. So
Yeah.
if you've got some way to stop the hit,
Oh, here comes probably Talon card. Yep, there's Talon card.
that's going to make it a little harder.
Yeah, yeah, and a use power
That's
pool
which looks like it might be old Ben. So,
probably.
which would be a solid card. Like this could be a. Granted, it's Shadow Collective. Like losing Maul is not the end of the world. You can lose Maul and still be fine. Maul is good though.
Yeah,
Like I'm not gonna. They're all effectively defense value 5. So dodge would make them a real tough out. And that would mean if he doesn't hit, he doesn't get to flip and add a destiny to power. So this could be a little rough. So
mm,
Joe's thinking about battling. Yep, he decides he's going to battle. And we see the defensive fire. Ooh. Greg could have a force push. That'd be real good
yeah. The defensive power is
if
going
he
to
can stop the swing. So the defensive fire would make mean the dodge is firing at a straight if he dodges it because it's
if
plus
he
3.
uses the dodge here.
I mean, I don't see a reason not to dodge here. Yep, so there's the dodge. Greg apparently does not have the comm scan to cancel it. The thing is, it's still a straight draw, so they're all a 5. A 6 will still hit.
Yeah.
And frankly, so would a 5 if he wants to add 1 to it with Maul.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, that's not a terrible thing. I think a lot more is going to depend on if Luke hits Maul.
That's going to be
Then a push feels a little bad. Like, so you're going to get the... I'm trying to figure out what they're thinking over here.
I think it's the dodge.
Yeah, he's deciding to grab that in there.
Yeah.
Yep, Matt Lutz accurately said, we'll grab it with the dodge. There is the
There's
5.
a 5.
So he can maul that up 1 and hit.
And the question is, who are you going after?
I think he's going after Talon. I mean, I would be going after Talon.
Yeah, I assume it's...
Oh, all right.
Or Luke. Does he have the Sorry combo?
Why do I even suggest lines of play sometimes? So
doesn't he recirculate
sniper
there?
dark he can. You're not required to.
Okay, it's not required.
Nope. Recirculate is a may.
Okay.
The sniper combo would have been cute. I don't know that he's playing it, is he? There's the swing at Maul. That's a miss.
That's a miss.
That's really good. Now,
well, that's good for Greg, bad for Joe.
Well, yeah, that's... So I'm assuming we see another shot here, and that's
that's a big
whiff.
Miss.
Although I think now, if he has the push, you just push out of this.
This is where you use it, yeah.
And you're real happy with that.
Does he have the push?
He may not have the push, though. Like, he's spread his hand kind of wide, and I'm not seeing a push.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to see what he's got in his hand at this point.
Yeah, but I think he would play it if he had it. Like, I think this would have been a slam it down on the table.
Possibly, yeah.
And, okay, Luke's dead. I'm not, and... Oh, he does have the push, okay. So
there it is, yeah.
Definitely thinking it through, and yep, so Luke dies. Yep. Maul dies. Joe apparently doesn't have a Jedi's resilience. So...
you can't. I don't think you can Jedi resilience because the battle...
It's lost. It's just lost or forfeited. It's not... Jedi's resilience is the different one because it's lost, it's just lost, not just forfeited.
Okay. But yeah, no, Old Ben doesn't work there.
Correct. Old Ben does not work because Old Ben has to be forfeited.
Yeah.
So now
this is
Joe's got to think about moving.
Exactly.
Because if he doesn't, I could absolutely see Greg empties his hand. I think he had a Wounded Warrior in hand. Like, I'm going to shoot everybody. I'm going to make y'all... Oh, moving him in front of Sheezer seems real bad.
Oh, yeah.
That would be... Oh, that Wounded Warrior could do a lot, but he might be doing it because it's a free move instead of the pain, too. Oh, this could go poorly. This could go very poorly.
Yeah, this could be...
Like, it's not going to be game. Let's be very clear here. Joe is way too good of a player to...
Okay, so I like the point, man.
Look at this. And yeah, Tom's saying he might be trying to bait for the brawl.
So I was wrong. I will admit I was wrong. Unless Joe magically put a Cantina Brawl into his deck.
And yeah, Greg activates 10, so he's not going to put the world down there.
No, but Cheezor's kind of almost enough.
Yeah, Lando can pull Blast the Door Kid, which might be enough unless he's got Blast Door controls, which we certainly didn't see.
Yeah.
And...
11. He gets 11 because of security precautions.
He gets 10 because of security precautions. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
So 2 at Kessel.
Kessel's not out. That's Corellia. Oh. It's Corellia, not Kessel. So.
Oh.
Yeah. Okay. So. we got a little bit more glare today than we had yesterday, and I was counting that one for him, Chris. One from
Yeah.
Corellia, one from Tatooine, one from Docubay 94, one from Mos Espa, one from a Twix, 3 from the Cloud City site, 1 from a Twix, 1 for himself. That is
And
10. See, 10.
Dengar with
10
Blaster
fingers.
Carbine.
Yeah, that's
That's a dude.
and that's a and Dr. Ian Ponda. So he's what we're
Yeah, but
hearing is
like it was pointed out.
yeah, you ping only, you're not draining for you, and I think it's only a drain of 1 because there's a smuggler in the cantina.
I think you have to control it.
Even then I don't think you drain. Like I
Yeah,
think it's the right play just to ping. You're not paying 3 to drain.
agreed.
Because you see Joe did pull battle plan, so Greg did.
Mm-hmm.
I'd say bait him into that, but again, this is not a. I don't think either player is going to be going, well, I really wish I had a 5th or 6th shield. Like with Joe pulling battle plan, Greg can pull resistance and say, okay, well, I got my shields in play.
Yeah.
Like I'm fine with this. So now the question is, does he have an answer for the Blastor controls?
Not sure, Matt.
So Lando can go get a Destiny 4 interrupt, which is the Blastor controls.
Yeah.
So, and I could see Greg grabbing that too.
That's one I would also consider to grab him.
Like, you don't want to give him a bunch of action in there.
Mm-hmm.
So the blast door controls excludes Lando and Talon on that side, so it ends the battle. Theoretically, it would have left Dr. Ian Ponda and Dengar in there had
Yeah.
Joe made a mistake and put like Nyenub in there. It could have gotten real bad real quick. And I have definitely seen that happen, both as a person making a mistake and a person not making the mistake. So, but I think he's still in a decent spot. Like, Greg's got guns on Tatooine doing what he needs to do. And I don't think Joe can stay in there. So there's the found someone you have to retrieve Luke.
Mm-hmm.
Which is good, but like Joe's activating what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Joe's activating 14. Joe's actually got some decent activation. But is Luke going to be enough? Like, if you don't have an answer for Dr. E's text, yeah, I guess the Blast the Door kid didn't get grabbed.
Yeah.
So I think the Blast the Door kid might have been worth the grab. Simply because
Yeah, but I mean, Greg wanted to draw cards. He doesn't have a lot of cards in his hand at this point. So
yeah.
it makes sense for him not to grab it there. But yes, I do agree.
Yeah, and grabbing it's a hit would be good as well, especially with the first light gone.
Mm-hmm.
Although he can go get it back. So Joe is playing the control tunnel vision from Lost. So I mean, I think he's trying to make a stand in the. I don't know. I don't think he's trying to make a stand in the canteen. I just can't see that So we've talked about that a lot in our team, Chris. There are times when just putting the interrupt out of play is better. But like, so it would have put the found someone you have straight out of play.
True.
Which would have been nice instead of him having the option to play it a second time, but it definitely means Joe could also then just be always making sure he's losing interrupts because he's going to play them for Lost, and you just don't play Lost interrupts. And that's... I think we came to the conclusion that a good watch your step player, and I think we can all agree that Joe is at least a competent watch your step player, can take better advantage of that shield than the stack shield because the stack shield costs adding that cost. Like adding that cost on Watch Your Step, which activates all right, but it gets expensive quick, and you have a lot of little things you have to pay for. I think the situation like that is, I think you're somewhat better with it in this situation. The times the non-combo shield is situationally better are, there were decks, and had seen them, there were times in decks where you were having and seeing multiple smugglers.
Yeah.
That weren't Watch Your Step, because the non-combo shield doesn't require Watch Your Step on table. It says if there are 3 smugglers on table. So decks that were running like Han, Chewie, and Lando, potentially like a Prophet, you could actually get that in play and try and take advantage of that. And we see
As you see
Joe
another used pile pool.
getting a couple used pulls out of it, but I don't see the Antilles maneuver, which Matt correctly stated in chat would be
Very bad.
real rough time for Greg, because it's not like he can sense it. So this could make things a little interesting. I'm the Corrin alone in front of Ball seems gutsy.
Agreed. I mean, he is a smuggler in this situation, so
But you need a
it's
second guy before it gets
yeah. And
less
there's
gutsy.
Kessel.
And there's the Kessel, which is good, and I think we'll see the last First Light sight probably come out next turn, because Greg's got at least one gun in his hand, I saw.
Yeah.
So, and it might be he's going to move Corrin into the Cantina, or stacking in front of Maul would be the other option.
Yep. There's the move. So he moves from Tatooine and then he moves out. So, and it's all for free.
Yeah.
So he's going to be able to draw some cards. And I mean, now Greg is going to be able to do 2 points of damage at the drain at the cantina. Plus, he's going to do the ping damage. But
I mean, he
now,
has to pay for the Cantina drain.
true. And he's not getting a lot
So,
of force.
and he can't just stack in front of Maul, but he can theoretically spread out a little bit. And, if he's got another guy in hand to back up Maul, he can do that and move, like, just Shizor over to the docking bay.
Yeah, but we know that Joe has a Luke in hand at this point.
Yep.
As
So
we see
it's a pay
Marjade
for
lost.
1. And I think Greg is thinking hard about that drain for 2 right now.
And I agree.
It's got to be... It's got to feel good to come up with the idea to play it, though, because you have him not controlling Tatooine, so he can't hit it.
True.
But Joe could be trying to bait out hey, I've got a control, and I'll get this out. Oh, no, he does not. Joe does not need to win by 11. Joe needs to win by 6.
Yeah.
Joe, this is functionally, realistically, the winner of this game probably wins the event.
Yeah.
Because the differential was so close, Greg has to not... What Greg has to do right now is not put himself in a position where he just gets hammered and then loses a bunch, because he's not behind right now. So he can be there. Now, will he get it? Who knows? Joe does not have a -5 diff penalty that I know of. He lost the first game by 5.
Yeah, Matt.
So I'm...
Unless you're...
And Greg is hard in the tank right now. He's got a couple gray cards in hand. He's got a gun. Yeah, he needs to win by 6. Realistically, like, if he wins by 5, the loss pile, he was up, or I think he's down 3 in loss piles, so potentially a win by 5 gives him a chance, because the loss pile Math works out all right. And there we see the Black Sun pistol, which does deploy for free because Shizor,
Shizor's
a
on the
Black
table.
Sun agent,
Yeah.
is on table. Yep, the something special may just be used that way.
Yeah, and I think you're
So,
right.
oh, okay. That makes more sense, Hungry
So,
Man. I'm like, I don't know where the 11 came in from. I
I
was
mean,
very
now both
confused.
play. What's interesting is now both players are getting two Destiny at Moss Eisley. I don't necessarily feel like. I
I
still
don't
think that
think Greg
favors
wants to
Joe.
battle there.
Yeah.
I think so. Lost plus out of play is not a part of the tiebreaker. It is cards in Lost
Hmm.
pile, which is why a deck like Watch Your Step or like Benji played yesterday with Ray Saga that puts a bunch of cards out of play does have a slight advantage in a game that goes to time if they're tied.
Yeah.
Like it's a very edge case, but it does occasionally happen. And there's an Aura Singh as well, who, okay, then now we are seeing the battle. All right, I'm.
Okay.
You got a
I don't
bunch of
hate
forfeit
it.
fodder. Like
Yeah.
you've got two guns you can stack plus Aura if you need in some combination, and you want,
Um, is Lando once per game or is it once per turn?
I believe Lando really just a pull a card every time.
I
That
think
seems
so.
really good. I mean,
Uh, yeah. Battles is just initiated here. May exchange a card in hand with an interrupt of Destiny equal 4.
okay, so it's exchange, so it's not just a take a free card.
Yeah.
And is Joe? Did Joe exchange? Did we see him put a card back?
I don't. I didn't notice.
I'm going to assume the judge did.
I mean,
So,
yeah. Phil's on the spot. So
and there we see the 5. Yeah, he took tracking us, but he has to put a card back. So we see the 5. So he's got to subtract 1 to make it a 4. Now, theoretically, Maul could just add 1 back to turn it
yeah, but
back
does
into a 5, and a 5 plus 1 hits.
yeah.
So, like, Joe had to use the tracking us. That makes sense. It's a valid play. So now Talon can't be used to satisfy attrition.
Mhm.
Um, but he does get Maul to use his
Be
thing.
once per turn. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, Maul's
But
once per
like you
turn,
said,
so he's not adding it to Battle Destiny because
I
with
mean,
each of them
Greg
being
has a lot of
smugglers, they're
forfeit
each power
there.
plus 2.
I mean, both players have a lot of forfeit there, so it's not like we're going to see an overflow. But it's going to be what
But
Greg is trying to do here is just to clear guys. That's
yeah,
it.
there's a chance Greg clears the site here. He's got to
Yes,
hit. I think he's got to hit with one of the other guys. Oh,
Lando. It's got to be
yeah,
Lando.
Greg should be flipped. Yep, and there we see somebody saying it. So,
So it's a May, but if he wants to, he should be flipped.
no, he's the May is the
Oh,
recirculate. He
that's right.
absolutely
That's right.
is
Yeah,
flipped.
he should be flipped.
So, Bill's current stress level is somewhere between being audited by the IRS and
PT on a Sunday.
yeah,
Forced PT on a
he's
Sunday.
it is high. So we missed the shot there. I think part of the discussion might have been since you've already revealed the destiny, you don't get to. We're not going to do the reshuffle. We're not going to give
Hmm.
you the May opportunity, which is, I
Yeah.
think, the right way to do it. So we are seeing the destiny to power as well. Like Greg didn't have any way to make guys forfeit 0. Oh, the 7 for
Oh,
destiny to power is good, and we
but a
see a 1
1
and a
and a
4 for
four.
like. So the Black Sun Blaster doesn't make forfeit 0. I mean, Leia's or Aura's
4
gun
and a
does.
3.
Yep. So that's a 7.
So it's going to be a gun and maybe or a sing.
That would be the way I'd play it. I think
Yeah.
it is probably the gun on Maul,
Hmm.
Rebel CPA, I was not an accountant. I was a tax auditor for the Minnesota Department of Revenue for approximately a decade. Although
In-
I spent most of my time doing
So
compliance inspections instead.
new allies were like,
yeah, I was gonna say, Tom, it's close enough because
Greg
it's
is
still
running
costing a
multiple
dude
units
and a gun
parallel
for
for
Greg, but right now Greg's got a decent amount of power there. That's the
Yeah,
thing.
like he may that 7 for Destiny to Power adds up very good. So, but like Talon's a forfeit 8 because Talon adds 2 to the forfeit for each
Right.
character along with the objective. Talon
Mhm.
forfeits for 8, Corrin forfeits for 9, and Lando
Yeah.
forfeits for 8. So we saw Greg do exactly what we said, which was stack the blaster,
Mhm.
and now Joe has to lose. Talon is not forfeit 0. He, however, cannot be used to satisfy
Oh,
attrition.
he can't do that. Danik Jericho.
I thought Danik was just guys that hit, where he hit. I
No.
think, is it anyone there? Ooh.
Yeah. Danik's like it's Danik works against Jedi levitation. That's why he was made.
Yeah, and there we see a read.
The cards say
Fortunately, Joe
cards
can
hit
read
by him
Japanese.
are power. Cards hit by him
Oh,
are power and forfeit -2.
yep. Which is, so
So
that didn't
opponent's
happen.
characters just lost from here may not be removed from lost pile except to be placed out of play.
Okay, so yeah, he is stopping the old Ben, which means,
Yeah.
and if it was the Outrider, so it was a 6 for Battle Destiny, so
The
Greg
gun's coming.
says, I want to keep. Oh, and
Yes.
Bill's
Yes.
saying he does
Yes.
still have to play the old Ben. However, I would
Yes.
say that, um, yeah, hold on. Let's go talk to the
Bill.
judge here. Hold
Bill.
on.
Bill, run. Make your presence known.
Hold on.
And that's Greg being an amazing person to do that. Uh, and I agree that yes, Greg probably did it. Being that this is the World Championship Finals, I want to say Greg
All right,
should.
so they both read the old Ben. Joe disclosed that he had it. The 27 active judges surrounding the table, when I said, hold on, did you play the old Ben? Basically all yelled no at me in unison. So I'm, that's, we're good there. So Joe
I like how
should
it was the
be losing.
27 active judges.
There may have been some rounding there to get to that 27. I don't know exactly how many people were there. It was a lot. And
And we see Ultimatum being played, so now it's only a drain
yep.
of 2 and 2.
So Joe doesn't have to pay for him. He's still draining for free, but like Lando's there in a bad spot.
Yeah, Lando's in a little bit of
Oh,
a
and
dangerous
there
spot,
goes the I never asked for anything twice. That's
but he still has the something special plan.
yeah.
So
And
he
actually
has
he
outs.
could do the something special right now. Like he could do the something special this turn during Joe's turn so he can
Yeah,
retrieve it and then
and then get it
deploy it.
back and play it.
That being said, he doesn't have any gangsters on the first light right now
No,
to
but
add to
she's
that
always
total
there.
battle destiny.
I mean, he just wants
Yeah.
to occupy.
I mean, I guess I wouldn't necessarily hate a here's Shizor. Yeah, and that's the he could shut him up. Bobby, I'm not positive Joe's running Fallen Portals.
Yeah,
Like Fallen Portal is as great as that card has the potential to be, and it is definitely great in Watch Your Step. The defense value on guys is so high now, it's a lot harder to hit.
yeah. But hitting
And
Shizor is not high. It's not
yeah,
hard.
well, Shizor looks like a guy you want to drop a door on. So Bill says no Fallen Portal in the deck, and that's
Is
like
this being you? Is this you wishing, or are you actually no, Bill?
Um, this might be Bill just trying to deal with his stress and
Yeah, I think
deciding
that's
there's no
I think that's
fallen
more what
portal
it is.
because it makes him feel better. Like, Joe's got to do something with Lando. He can't. He doesn't have an empty starfighter. I don't know if he has a pilot he can find a matching starfighter with. Like,
Yeah.
Lando's potentially a problem here. And if the only character he's got characters in hand, he can. And I think what you probably have to do is put them at the docking bay and move Lando over, and you just hope.
Yeah, agreed.
So, and apparently, yeah, between Sam and MHT, who both played Joe in top 8 and top 4, one of them would have seen the portal.
Well, MHT played him in the top 4 or the top 8.
And Sam
Sam did play
played
Hayes. I don't know if
Hayes, which was
Hayes
the
and
same
Joe
deck.
played.
My
It was
understanding is they were
100%
on
the
the
same.
100% the same deck. So, and who did Joe play in round 1? I don't.
MHT.
Yeah, Joe played MHT in round 1. So yeah, and then top 4,
And then Sam played Hayes.
and
Yeah.
Sam played Hayes. So yeah, they would have both
Yeah.
seen. Likely, one of them would have seen the fallen portal. If it. So yeah, Tom, I've said I think Portal's great. Fallen Portal is one of my favorite cards in the game, but it's definitely a. So we got choke to, I believe that cancels Shizor's text.
Yeah.
Okay, that's
Annoying.
that's a little bit scary now. Like Shizor's now not drawing Battle Destiny. You may have a
I,
lawless time to get him one, but I don't know.
uh,
And he might be thinking of. Oh, he's not thinking of grabbing that. He's gonna.
Retrieve the fallen portal
Yeah, he
or the.
retrieves the first light, so he can go first light next turn. Like, so Shizor now doesn't get Battle Destiny,
Whoa, 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 whoa,
and
whoa, whoa, whoa! Time out, time out. Nope. If it's the V choke, is that the V choke?
hold on, I'll go ask.
Yeah, that doesn't work there. It has to be in a Jabba's Palace or a first light site.
Is that choke V? It's not V. Okay. This. I know. I've got Dan freaking out. So.
Okay.
It is non-V choke, Dan.
Okay.
They are. It's non-V. Okay.
Okay.
So, and
Sorry.
they said calm down. So.
No.
I'm just going off of what I'm getting yelled at. So
They
we
can.
see Luke, and there's the defensive fire. So now this is going to get interesting because
He should hit Luke here.
he's going to hit Luke with the defensive fire. Now I think he has the Wounded Warrior in deck to stop Luke from drawing Battle Destiny as well. And yeah, he can, and CRG's exactly right. He can flip
Yeah.
and add to power. Like, he's not going to overflow him, but he's certainly not going to lose. Like, he might, well, Wounded Warrior doesn't blank. He'd still have the Saber. He just can't draw Battle Destiny, correct?
Yeah. Correct.
Um,
Hold on. Because it
yeah,
cancels
Tom.
Leia's game text.
Yeah, I think it cancels Leia's game text as a separate line. I believe it just
Power
cancel it.
0 and may not add ability.
Ooh, okay, so Power 0. Ooh.
Yeah, Power 0 Luke would be bad here.
Like, you lose the gun if you do that. So that's a. Tom makes a very valid point. You lose the gun, but if he's Power 0, forfeit 7, Shizor's adding a Destiny to power, you can actually create some overflow there. I don't believe he's got a Hujix.
Yeah, I don't know.
He hasn't pulled one, and he's only got like 2 cards in hand. Now, one of them might be Old Ben. Looks like we're saying no, so Greg is saying I want the. Greg's saying with the Power Destiny, I'm not going to get overflowed, or he doesn't think
Hmm.
he's going to because he's effectively got the Power Destiny plus the gun going to used for 3. Nope, he is going to Wounded Warrior Luke. So Luke has Power 0 and may not apply ability towards drawing Battle Destiny.
So yeah, now it's
So
what? It's 5-0
it's
plus the
5 to
destiny to
0.
power.
Here's the swing. That's a hit.
Yeah, it's gonna hit.
So he is going to lose the gun, which is a little unfortunate.
Yeah.
But he is, I mean, a draw of anything higher than 2, Joe's losing force. And that's a 2. And I was going to say, I don't know what he's drawing that other 2 for. His text got canceled.
Another gun. You can shoot it again
Oh, okay.
with the defensive
So
fire.
did he shoot a second time? I don't think he shot a
Hmm.
second time just for giggles. I think that was a. And there's the old Ben to bring Luke back. And one to move Lando over, which. Or are you going to move Luke over to Lando?
Well, it's gonna cost him 1 force either way.
I don't think I'd want to move Luke over to Lando. That
That just
that
is not.
feels like
That's
all sorts
asking
of
for
bad
trouble.
idea.
Yeah, that's asking for trouble.
So VHD, he couldn't forfeit the gun to use because he had no attrition or battle damage.
Yeah.
So you cannot just forfeit things just because. You have to have attrition or battle damage to forfeit it. So because he didn't draw Battle Destiny, because Joe was unable to draw Battle Destiny, he could not draw. He caused no attrition, and there was no battle damage because he won the battle. So he did lose the gun that way.
And moving the Lando over to Luke was a smart idea. And so
Yep.
now we know that Greg is going to be able to,
We
he
know
should be able
now
to
that
deploy the first light.
Greg can ping one. He can deploy the first light, although
Yeah.
deploying the first light means he doesn't have a gun to put on Danik.
True.
So that's a little. He might have one in hand. I think it's a Black Sun Blaster, though, which is a little
It would
less
cost him a
ideal,
force.
but it would.
Hmm.
It's. He is going to go
Okay.
for the first light up there. I'd imagine he's got a pilot of some sort. Like,
Yeah, he's got
I
to.
don't
I
think
mean,
you
we
can
haven't seen
just
like,
leave it alone.
yeah, Balatique. There's like so many other pilots he has.
Yeah, I don't think you
And
just want to leave it alone. That would be a slightly terrifying
yeah,
idea.
I would
And
actually
none of the guys he
consider,
can shuttle up are pilots.
yeah, Malos sitting over there. The first light site kind of stinks.
Oh yeah, I didn't see Melas went to the first
Yeah, I
light
didn't see
strike.
it. Yeah.
That's Joe at the very least has
Uh,
the Outrider.
yeah.
He drew it for
You're not
Destiny.
not playing. Yeah, you're not playing the Outrider in this ship in this deck.
Yeah. I wonder if we're just saying a. So. It's Dengar with gun who's with Dre and Ponda. I'm like, I forget
Hmm.
who's with Dre and Ponda. So. Hmm. I don't know that I would hate just drawing some here, especially if you can draw into a. Oh, he did have the gun in hand, and it was a Cloud City Blaster, okay, or a Crimson Dawn Blaster, so he gets the free gun on Danik, who starts to threaten things. I'm not
He's
sure
got to
I would.
shuttle. He's either going to shuttle somebody up or
Or draw to a barrier. Try and draw into a barrier.
yeah.
So,
That's a yeah. You're right. A leader up on the first light. Like if you put Maul up there, it would flip you. Well, no.
no, because Maul, you flip during battle. You flip at the start of
Well,
battle phase.
hmm, yeah. Balatique would probably be the
So,
best version.
Balatique would be great to run him up there. I don't know if I like Dengar just sitting there alone.
This tells me that Greg has the Gick. Dengar draws Destiny off on his own.
So
Okay,
that's a little more spicy because that's That's now 3
that's
draws
3 Destiny. Yeah.
up there, And we see, okay, so
Maul
Maul
moves
shuttles up. That Maul's not a pilot, so that's
No.
that almost feels like it's forfeit fodder if you have to.
Rebel CPA. Yeah, you're right. It was.
So you know, in theory, the bottom card of his force pile is the Gick combo that he. Dengar can be beaten down with an offensive Blast the Door Kid, but he's still going to get 2 shots and draw a Battle Destiny.
Yeah.
So, like, if Joe had 2 ability 2 characters in hand
And they were both like, I
and
don't
wanted to
know
do that, and there's the All Wings from Lost to go get
to go get
the
the Outrider.
And that's what I didn't love with that first light play. Like, if you didn't have a pilot,
Yeah.
I don't.
Unless he's got a barrier
I
here.
mean, Dengar draws, but he's only power. He's only forfeit 4, so he's a 7 plus Battle Destiny and power and forfeit. Like, 2 Watch Your Step smugglers might be able to clear him, especially with a couple good Destiny. So now
That's
the
a
one
good
thing
point.
that
Yeah.
it could be interesting if Joe ends up activating his dash. Like, I don't know if he's got dash in hand.
He's got 3 characters in hand.
Yeah. It'll be. He's only leaving himself a few force there in reserve, and yeah, I mean, a barrier would be huge. We see drains a 2 and 2 and 1.
And 1.
Like, this is fine, but like Joe's still got a lot of cards, but frankly, Greg's not that far behind, and Greg is threatening a decent amount of damage this turn. So
Yeah.
there's the Outrider. Does he have he does not have dash. Wedge fades, it's a trap, and moving to attack position now. So he revealed that. Now, that does not mean he doesn't have dash in hand. Like, that certainly doesn't mean he didn't just say, well, I'm going to give up a verify. That's fine. And there's somebody. That might be Boshek, maybe?
Yeah, it might be. I think it's Boshek.
No, that's too short of a title. I'm not sure who that is.
Mm,
Like, he doesn't.
well, it's not Dash.
He's going to need another pilot up there to draw Destiny, I think, unless that's Kira.
Kira's too short. Kira.
Yeah, Kira's a shorter title name, but there's another pilot.
That's Kira.
That's Kira, yep. So now he's got the 2 pilots up there. And Greg did not have a barrier.
That barrier feels bad.
That feels real, real bad. Because he's not drawing a Battle Destiny.
Boshek.
So there's 4
and
8.
4. That's an 8.
That's enough to blow up the ship completely. I guess.
No, you subtract 1. You subtract 1, then you just get rid of them all.
Yeah. Okay. So, and next turn you can shuttle Dengar up as a pilot.
Yeah.
To
and on
make
top of that,
interesting
now
happen.
Greg is actually draining for free.
Yeah, like Greg's going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 damage this turn. And it'll be 5 either way. If Joe moves them in front of Tatooine, he gives up another ping. If he leaves them there, he gives up drain a 2, but no ping.
Yeah.
I guess he could move them into the cantina and not give up a ping, but that
and stray
feels like a bad plan.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think that's the way I would go with that. Especially, he's only got a couple cards in hand, and he doesn't have a ton of force.
Yeah. So from what Robbie is saying, Joe has about 20 down and 4 in hand. Greg has 8 in hand.
Okay, and we see Joe pays 2 to move them. Okay.
And they move in front of Dre.
All right, that's
Are we sure that Joe didn't remember about Dre?
He may have forgot about Dre. He may. So he's got So choke is during any control phase or just during light side control phase? That's
Your
okay.
just light
So
side.
he's not doing anything with it there. Um, the Patriots Bills game is shockingly close right now.
How shockingly close is it?
It's tied 3-3 in the second. Like that is
Buffalo, what are you doing?
uh, I don't know why one of my kids apparently jumped on my wife's Twitch account to also apparently complain about my talkativeness. So, yeah, Greg's got less cards down than Joe. And Joe does have 3 force saved, so he can play. Well, he can't blast the door kid from Lost. I don't think he can dodge.
I mean, he
Uh,
could dodge because but dodge is on the tentacle, so it doesn't cost him more.
yeah, good point. Dodge would give him a free, but I don't know if he lost a dodge.
Yeah, I don't know if he did
So the
either.
Jedi's resilience would be
Annoying.
interesting. I mean, he'd cost him all 3 of his force to get back Luke.
Uh-huh.
So this would really be a does Greg have an answer for, and we see here's 4 for somebody. Dryden
Okay,
Voss.
Dryden.
Dryden will go get a gun, maybe. I don't think there's no. Oh, he's still got a 0 in there too. That is.
Well, he can get the 0 out.
Yeah, but it's more. That means he is not battling in the cantina.
Oh, definitely.
Like, and he can't battle with Voss against Melas real effectively. Like,
True.
I almost. You don't necessarily want to put the sight out, but I if you don't have a
Um,
gun in hand, I almost think you have to put the sight out and move.
I was gonna say, well, maybe.
Like, I would move the.
Voss has some immunity. Joe doesn't have a lot of cards in his hand, so the chances of him having another significant character isn't a lot. Now,
It's watch your step. All the characters are significant because anybody with Melas
we'll
turns it
draw the
into two
master deck.
destiny.
Yeah, yeah.
Like that's a problem. Oh, he had the gun from hand.
Never mind,
Okay,
he's got the gun.
but he does miss the shots.
True. Yeah, and that's a good point.
So, but with the gun,
He's got to do
Voss
some.
draws if unable to otherwise,
Yeah,
unless he gets choked from Lost. And
yeah. You
there we
see
see a
another
gun on
gun
Dengar. I think Dengar's gonna take that gun and shuttle up to the
run up,
first light.
and then move the first light to Kessel.
I'm kind of feeling that.
Yeah,
So who else is that Proxima
Proxima.
on first light? Okay. And yeah, I
Maybe
like
move.
one to shuttle and one to move over. I'm
Yeah.
fine with all of that. So like I don't think Mirax wants to battle there. I mean Joe might still have a smuggler in hand. I think he was at yeah, he's got a couple
Yeah,
great cards in hand.
He's
He's
got
got
two
Chewie.
characters in hand.
Um So, Greg, he doesn't have to deploy the sight from reserve because he used Dryden Voss to search for the gun, not the objective.
That's Matt.
Matt, what?
You said Greg.
He should be lucky to be confused with Greg. Yeah, I don't know if he.
Wow. That's how
I'm.
you really feel, Garrett.
Your beard is fairly majestic.
Your beard's
It's
also better than Garrett's.
I will ban you from Slack.
You can't.
I will find out how.
You're not
Um,
CRG. You can't do anything on Slack.
I could if I knew how to use
You're
technology.
too lazy.
They just stacked Found Someone You Have, the free.
It retrieves a character
Which, yeah,
name.
I am 100% sure I am taller than Matt Lutz. So,
Yes.
so I'm not sure. I think Joe's in a decent position here. Like, he's going to drain for 3, which
Yeah.
isn't a ton, and I kind of feel like we want to see the. I kind of feel like Greg wants to lose off the top. Like, he'd kind of like the defensive fire, but you don't want to be drawing that sight. So I
True.
think you lose off the top 1, and if it's
Well,
the.
yeah. If it's the site, you don't lose the next well.
There is no code clearance shield on table, and code clearance behaves weird with cards from Lost because it was played from Lost, it would
Yeah.
stack first on a useless gesture before you have a May to grab it on code clearance. So it's it would stack on a useless gesture first.
FYI, we are up to 61 viewers right now.
That is kind of awesome. Like, this is the World Championship, and the fact that this many people are interested, plus my wife and our daughter, is kind of cool. So I'm basically acknowledging that they don't care at all, but they're just here for moral support and to try and troll me in chat. So
Oh, 100%. I think it's they're not there for moral support. Like they're 100% there to troll you and to
I wanted
try and
to
get you
think it
to
was
make
moral
funny
support.
things.
All right, let me have that.
Yes, I know you have delusions. You're getting old in your old age, but I got to bring you down to reality, sir.
What's the life totals? Joe is, I believe, slightly ahead. Um, it's very close.
Yeah.
I do believe Joe is slightly ahead, though, right now.
And unfortunately, our on-site reporters are not listening to us, so we really don't have like
Yeah,
a
I
definitive.
we don't have a
Joe
definitive
has
life
5
count.
in his reserve deck, and okay, so he's got 4 in his reserve deck right now.
And he activated, I think, basically everything he could. So I think Joe's close
Yeah.
to. Yeah, I mean that would
Yeah,
be
that's a
the choke
possibility.
non V from Lost seems like it did
He activates everything but 2.
did we forget that or did and there is the 2 off the top, so
Yeah.
he was planning to just okay, I want to lose the sight for sure, and the defensive fire
Yep. There
was
goes a
an
wounded
okay
warrior.
loss, although the thing with defensive fire is it would have been a great card. So we're not seeing a choke from Lost. So we're seeing
Halloween celebration.
Halloween celebration, which is interesting, and we did see Greg lost the blast door
Can you
or
search
blast
for a
points
ship that's already on the
immediately.
table?
No, I don't
Then,
believe so.
then, yeah, then Joe
It's
should not have been able to search there.
um, you're probably right. I don't. I'm not going to go yell at the active judges again. I feel like I'll get.
I would. Active judge, just do your job.
Nope. Casey says he can search.
Well, Casey's not an active
Well,
judge.
can he? Because he's attempting to deploy and he can't. Well, so
Yeah.
there's nothing that specifically says the Outrider. It's for a matching ship. The Outrider could be. There could be another matching ship for Dash.
Yeah.
He's not specifically looking for Outrider. Yep, that's exactly. I was on top of that, Casey. I got you.
So, and what's
So,
nice is that total destiny there is +2 for Greg. I mean, Joe
yep.
did draw a 10, but
And Greg drew high enough.
yeah, there goes the gun, and I want to say it's going to be Proxima.
It will be Proxima. Okay, so Joe is now playing Choke.
Yeah, Choke lost to satisfy all the rest
to
of the attrition.
to have that satisfy all the attrition.
Yeah.
So, and yeah, so we're going to see Proxima and Dengar. Like, you had to go all
Yeah.
three, which is not ideal, but the choke from loss, like, I do think Joe might have missed a chance there. I might have gone after Dr. E. The choke to cancel Dr. E's tech, so he's not drawing Battle Destiny and he's not assassinating, and then hit him. Like, he would have been power 6 instead of 3. But
And with no destiny, he won't make a guy lost.
yeah, like, I think that might have been a little bit of a mistake, especially now that we know we can get. He doesn't have 6 force to save. the cantina. That door is not getting blasted. I think Joe's got to decide if he wants to move, if he needs to move them away. Like,
And that's what I think he's thinking about, like right now, because you can't run the risk into getting Luke hit and then made immediately lost.
yeah, like now you can.
Yeah, now it's not so bad. Like
And he
Luke is
might
doing
just
his
be
job.
willing to say, okay, I'll do this and leave Luke there and block the drain. So there's 3 guns on table, and he's getting no ping from that. Although he moves. Oh no, I was like, he's moving
He's got to
away.
swap.
Nope, he's got a swap, which is less than ideal.
No, that's fine.
Yeah, I mean it is what it is. There's not much he can do without that. I think Greg's got to decide here. So, like, I could see Greg going with if he's got a gangster in hand, because he needs a pilot on first light. You need a gangster pilot. You activate, you put down Balatik or whoever if you've got them. You battle Melas with Voss and hope you don't have to, because Dryden, when armed, is immune to less than like 5.
Yeah.
So you just say, hope he doesn't draw the 5, so you can lose with, so you can stack the gun if need be, or you can just leave them there.
Mm-hmm.
You battle, you hit Luke, you assassinate.
Hopefully.
And then you move Voss onto the first light and move the first light over to Tatooine, and I think that's about all you can do. Like, you could even battle at the docking bay. Again,
No,
a lot of this is going to be predicated on drawing 5s.
yeah, you can't battle against the docking bay. It's only it's you're getting 1 destiny to their 2.
Yeah, but you're killing both their guys. Because it's the Crimson Dawn Blaster, so it says you can't stop it, and you clear him completely off Tatooine, so there's no celebration, and he has to pay for drains.
Okay.
And whoever you hit is power -2, so you're only down a little bit in power.
Mm-hmm.
You're drawing
So
1 battle destiny to their 2. Like, you have some outs. The question is, does Greg have enough cards down to make all that happen? Oh, he's got the Wounded Warrior.
So we have an update from Robbie. Greg has 12 down, 7 in hand. Joe 15 down, 3 in hand.
Okay, So
And that's before the
it's
drain.
19 to 18 right now. And we're going
Yeah.
to see a
Well,
drain of 2.
yeah.
So you want to throw that in chat for Eric, who's watching on mute, so he doesn't get to hear all the mean things we say about him. So there's the drain of 2.
There's drain
There's
2.
no other pings.
Mm-mm.
So now the question is, what does the Destiny look like in Joe's deck? Or Greg's deck, I mean. So there's Hondo, which gives him another guy. So if Joe does draw a 5 or higher, 5 or 6 for Battle Destiny, he can still end up with a
Somebody on the
gangster
first light.
on the first light as a pilot.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like I can see not battling. Well, who else are we deploying? Like you're gonna have to. I guess the move up from the first light would be free. Yeah, if he hits Melas, you wounded warrior him and just okay. Melas is power 2, forfeit 6, so you're at 8. You're at 8 plus your battle destiny right there,
Mm-hmm.
plus a destiny
Plus
to
the
power.
Destiny of Power.
Like even if you don't kill, like he's losing whatever your 2 destiny are, and even if you end up doing that and you say, okay, well I'm not killing celebration, like
Well, I mean, the
you
other thing
might
is like
cost him
Joe
enough
could put a
cards that it won't matter.
so Joe could also put a card down to increase the I think
Oh,
it's defense value or the power, one of the two.
all right. So he had a gun in there that he put on Hondo, which I don't hate
Oh.
because it also gives him the. So now it means the Wounded Warrior is a little less impactful because you're not getting
Well,
that second destiny.
yeah, you can.
Well, if you shoot, there's
Yeah, power
only.
adds
Yeah,
smoking. Like if Milos smokes, his power and defense value is +2. And
yeah.
if you hit, you recirculate.
Greg paid that additional force because it was a
That's
Black
the
Sun
Black Sun.
blaster, and there are no Black Sun agents on table.
Yeah.
So we see the battle. I mean, the Death Star Sentry Shield.
It has to be the same gun.
Yeah, it's the gun text is it's cost 1 or free if the so all right. So here's the shot
Yeah.
at Malos. That's a miss.
Yeah, and now Joe can smoke.
I think you're fine with that though. Like
And he
you're
doesn't have a
drawing Battle
Hujix.
Destiny. Like
He doesn't have a Hujix.
yeah, but you're not. If you hit him now, so even if he smokes and then you hit him and Wounded Warrior, if you Wounded Warrior, you're not overflowing him now. Oh, actually, you hit him, you reshuffle. So yeah, I've totally spaced on that. I think
You
he's got a
have to.
smoke. Yeah,
I was gonna say, Joe has to smoke, and Greg has to hit.
yeah. Like Greg,
Or
the thing is,
if
Greg knows
Joe
what that other
smokes,
destiny is.
I was gonna say if Joe smokes, Greg can't draw the Destiny here to
Yeah,
hit. He has to draw just Battle Destiny.
Greg knows what that draw is. I believe it's a 4. I thought it was a 3/4 that was in reserve. It was a red card.
Smokers. Thank you, Jerry.
All right, Queso coming in.
But the other thing is Joe has a dodge in his hand too. And the dodge is on the tentacle.
Yeah, that would be. So he doesn't have to pay extra for the tentacle dodge. Like he could
No.
play the dodge, and that might be the thing. Like that might
I
be
think
what
that's
he
what
was
Joe's
hoping
thinking
for.
of.
Is if he says no and plays the dodge.
I don't think Joe did it. And there's the dodge.
Okay. And Greg does not have a cancel for the dodge, so he's not going to get the shot. Oof. So it's a
It was a
5
5.
minus 3 is 2 plus
Hold
1
on.
is 3. I think that's still a miss.
That's a miss.
And now he does not have a way to draw Battle Destiny. And Joe could theoretically draw high enough to stay alive, and he could smoke here.
He can smoke at this point, yeah.
Yeah, like that dodge was very, very big. So it looks like Joe says, no,
Yeah.
I'm not going to smoke. He draws a 1 for Battle Destiny.
Now, Dryden Voss does have immunity, but I don't know if Hondo does.
Hondo does not, but you could just lose the gun. Oh, he had a second blast points. That was big.
Oh my gosh.
That was very big. So Hondo doesn't have any immunity, but there is, because there's attrition to
Thank you, Bill.
satisfy, you just send a gun away.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think you send the Destiny 4 gun back. Blast points,
So
when you win a Blast points virtual says if you just won a battle, you may cancel Cloud City or Tatooine Celebration.
Yep.
And especially because because he won the battle, that goes off before Melos gets lost. So you saw the judge fix it. So Melos then goes on top of the celebration, which knocks that out. So we see Dryden Voss's gun going. We're going to see Hondo move up to First Light. Yep. First Light moves over to Tatooine. I
actually like what
yeah, and I think Greg is
Greg has
perfectly
got going
fine
on.
with what he's got going on table. And then he missed all the shots, so he doesn't get the flip, so he doesn't get the ping on the flip back. But Joe's only got 2 cards in hand, and one of them looked like it was Scanner Tex.
Yeah, he didn't flip. Actually, no, he does flip.
No, he doesn't flip.
He flips.
He doesn't control 2 locations with gangsters.
Oh, that's okay. Okay.
He occupies, but he doesn't control.
That's right.
And there we're seeing a point man during draw phase to put the 5 on top. Although he is going to get drained for 2.
4.
Yep, 4. So he's not going to get that point man, and he may still end up losing that gun off the top, which is not
ideal.
That's could certainly, that battle could have gone a lot better. Like that had the potential to be a crazy battle.
Oh yeah.
But it could have gone much worse as well. Like Joe drawing the 1, Joe drawing the 1, which meant he had to lose Melos, was really big. If Joe had drawn like a 6, where he doesn't have to lose Melos, he doesn't get celebration canceled, like that's a much, much better battle for him.
Oh, well, yeah.
So, and Greg still has a bunch of cards in hand. Like he can keep that 5. The finals is 90 minutes.
I thought it was untimed.
So there's the 4 straight off the top, which
Yeah.
does kill the 1 gun. I get yelled at every time I go in that room, Chris. You can text Schoenthal and ask him exactly how long the time is, but I don't know how much time is left there. So there's Chewie in front of Voss. Like, is it just
I don't think
cause a damage? No untimed finals since Kevin Shannon took hours.
Well, the thing is, like, I don't think that Joe has another character in his hand. We saw that he has.
I don't think he does either. And there's the stunning leader, which I like. So, because I think he would have been down 2 power, because I think Voss is a 4, right?
So yeah, but Voss also draws. Doesn't he draw Destiny if unlimited otherwise? Or
no, only if
he has a gun.
Only if he has a gun.
Okay.
So.
Quite a mercenary to cancel a smuggler.
To cancel stunning leader.
Oh.
So So now the question is, does Greg have something to go back at Chewie with?
Uh, I mean, if he's only down by 2, you could essentially peel 2.
If you've got something to go back at Chewie with, like
Yeah,
that becomes the
and
question.
that's what Greg is asking for our count.
Because he could peel 2 and then just swap Voss and Hondo. So then he's
Yeah.
got a gun to shoot at Chewie next time, and then he can't do that.
Mhm.
So the Quite a Mercenary being the last card in his hand to cancel that Stunning Leader was pretty big, though, because now Greg's in a hard math question, because I think he's out of blasters. I'm assuming the deck runs 5. He lost 1 real early in that Shizor battle, and he just lost that other one to a drain. So, and Joe's only going to be able to
Okay.
draw a couple cards.
We have an update from Robbie again. Joe has 14 force down total, nothing in hand. Greg
Yep.
has 9 down, 4 in hand, and 11 minutes left.
Okay. So it is getting very, very close. So, I think the idea with putting Hondo in the gun up there is if he had another smuggler to go at him, you had more forfeit up there with the gun, but I think I would have left Hondo without a gun who draws Battle Destiny instead of Voss. I think that was a mistake by Greg. And yeah, the Quite a Mercenary might have been real nasty on, and that looks like the right
And I like
play.
what Joe did. Yeah. Joe
So,
moving over with Chewie to avoid a beatdown with Boss. So he's basically saying to Greg, have a guy.
yeah. And,
I don't know if Greg
well,
has it. So
so
Joe
he's
should
going to,
have 12 in life and 2 in hand.
and Greg's going to,
Greg
so Greg will hit him for
should have
2 here.
11 total. He's draining for 3.
Oh, yeah, he is draining for 3. Now, if he's got
And he
Balatik in
saves
hand,
1.
so like, I'm not sure what he's saving 1 for, unless he
Balatik
knows.
doesn't draw Destiny if Anubius
You're
otherwise
not
or
worried about
anything.
drawing if unable to otherwise. So if Balatik is one of his 2 cards in hand, you throw Balatik down with Aura. That flips.
Oh, yeah.
You
Causes an extra damage.
move Hondo down to block the Chewy Drain. You move Voss up to first light. So we see it's a 7. Now, Joe's got 1 card in hand.
And I think he's out of tricks. No, he's got
I'm
2 in hand. He's got 2 in hand.
He's got 2 in hand, but he's got no
Yeah, he's
force.
got 2 in hand.
I don't think there's a first strike in the deck. Like that 7.
I mean, you can shoot Luke here.
Yeah. And that might be the play.
You
Or
shoot
you
Luke
use the
operate.
Wounded Warrior and shoot the. You can shoot Luke and operate, or you can shoot at the docking
Talon.
bay.
One of the 2.
Talon, then Wounded Warrior.
If he's got the Wounded Warrior still. I don't know if he does.
There's
Rook.
who.
He's on fire.
Yep. He can get another card in hand.
No, he's battling. He's got the Wounded Warrior.
I think he does. It's more he knows he's got the 7, so even if Joe had a 3rd dodge. Well, if he had a 3rd dodge, he gets
If he had a
through
3rd dodge, yeah.
Joe, I don't know if Joe is playing You Do Have Your Moments. I haven't seen it yet.
I don't think he is.
So there's the 7. That hits. That flips. We see the recirculate.
And recirculates.
Oh, Rook needs a blaster, so he doesn't have a blaster. That's fine. But Talon's now power -2 and can't be removed. Now the question is, does he have the Wounded Warrior? He
Yes, he
does.
does.
So now he draws one Battle Destiny there.
Yeah.
And we get, there is no Destiny to power because he doesn't have a leader. Oh,
What? Oh,
so that's going to be a whole pile. That's, I mean, he's got a decent amount of forfeit,
yeah.
but
Like the fact that Talon Card still has, like, he gives his guys plus essentially 4. Lando's
yeah. But I
plus.
think I think Danik, does Danik make him power and forfeit -2? I think he does. So
Yes, yes, he does.
Lando forfeits for 8, Talon forfeits for 6, which is 14, 15, 16, 17-ish. And you
Yeah, you're
are
right,
at
Matt. You're right.
12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. I think they actually cover.
It's close. I think it's like maybe 1.
Now, do you lose? I guess first question. So you got to lose somebody. Do
Feeling that's
you?
told you it's 1 or 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's 7 left for Joe.
I'm one. So I was wondering if you don't just. I'm. I don't know what the destiny were left there, but yeah, I was thinking you might battle Luke.
That's it.
Like I think
Like
that's
I
actually
don't
the
see it
play,
like,
as I think you battle Luke and say, but he didn't. He's
okay.
already
Joe
moved.
has 2 in hand, so he's got 9 left. Sorry.
Okay.
Yeah, and he did your play. He did the Hondo swap.
Yep. Which is fine because he's still. And now he'll get the flip and ping. So I will say, if he knew what those destiny were, or even just knew he could hit Luke, like honestly, I don't even think you need to hit Luke. You just draw Battle Destiny and clear Luke, and then Joe has to pay to drain. Like
Yeah.
I think that would have been game, but I think he's in a pretty good spot here.
I don't know if he did, but if he did, that's really good. It's a drain of 2 and 2,
So
a
it would have been
drain of
a
2 and 1.
4 and 2 were the last two Destiny in there, which would have been enough to, like, the 2 would have killed.
Okay.
So there's
Ooh,
another
Rio Durant.
smuggler. Okay, that, so this is where the having the gun up there might have been good.
Greg has 6 down, 1 in hand. Joe,
So
like I said,
although his total battle destiny there is going to be +2, and he does
yes,
draw
yeah.
1. So because I believe Voss is a pilot, and that's a,
Oh, that's not gonna.
oh my
That's not gonna.
goodness, like,
But it's 1. So okay, so it's plus. So Greg has a plus. He's got a 3,
Greg's got a 3.
but
Joe's at two,
Joe's
four,
only got
six,
like,
seven, 8, 9. Joe loses the battle.
yeah.
Joe just lost that
That's
battle,
yeah.
and
And you know what, Joe with he's got. I don't think he has enough to really make a comeback here to win by
yeah, he's
6.
okay. Does Voss, maybe Voss doesn't add any power, so then Greg lost the battle by 1, and so now he's going to get drained for 3. All right, so no power from Voss. Yep, that was the. And 1. How many cards does Joe have left? Because Secret Plans is in play. So Joe, even if Joe had a way to, like, he could walkling, but he doesn't have the force to retreat pay. Um, hmm. That's what I'm wondering, Chris. Is that 4 cards left for Joe or 5?
It's got to be like It's got to be 5. I'm thinking it's like it doesn't matter
There
because Greg gets a turn and he's going to drain for at least 3.
does Greg get another turn?
Yeah.
Because how much does Greg have left? So Greg's going to get drained for 3.
Well, I'm saying he activates everything, drains, and puts Joe under that 5 threshold, and that's game. That's match.
Yeah,
And then he draws up.
So I think if you're trying to figure it out, you've got to move the first, like, gosh, I don't know how many cards Greg has, which is what's making this really, really tight. Because if Joe was at 4, he would have already drawn. So we move Rook up to shuttle Rook up, which is, yeah, you needed enough forfeit in space to get there. And there we see him pick one up, so he's going to get drained for 4. He's got more than 4 left. And Joe, so Joe only had 4, it looked like. I'm wondering why there wasn't a... So Greg has 2 left. Yep, we see the battle there. I'm wondering, yeah, why Greg didn't draw up there. So the total destiny is 5, 8, which Voss and Rook cover, so he can drain for free, which is all that matters.
Yeah. And it's +2 for Greg.
Yeah, and I'm assuming... Oh, that's not dash on the Outrider.
No.
So he's not subtracting from the power. So the battle
So that's
destiny
going to
is
be in
6.
a 7.
6.
Or what's Wounded Warriors?
It's a
4?
4.
So it's a 6.
Yeah.
So that's going to get rid of
It
one
doesn't
of the
matter.
2 smugglers.
All that
Yeah.
matters
And
is he
then
had enough
Greg
to
drains and draws up.
occupy. And there's the Walkling placed out of play. And Greg will drain for 3, and
draw.
He doesn't even have to draw. Like, he's only got 2 cards. He didn't actually activate enough to draw.
No, I meant draw up. Draw up.
Oh. He's battle Chewy. Chewy is hit to ping cycle.
Yep.
There's the...
And there's no Hujiks.
Oh, he recirculates.
Destiny to power.
Yeah.
Destiny to battle destiny.
So Chewy is a 10. Hujik, he's less
8,
than that.
Or 9 + 4 is 13.
Oh, okay. So he did have 1.
Yeah. And
wow.
That's it.
That is it. Greg Shaw
we lost the
is
feed.
your world champ. I have no idea what just happened to the camera. My guess is someone hit the camera, or there's 20 nerds cycled around that table. That is all right. So something got unplugged on the camera. We're gonna, yeah. Let's.
You want to go Greg?
You know what? I'd like to. Let me see if Greg wants to do it. I think Greg might want to just do his thing, but let's see. We may want to just say Greg,
like a quick
comes
2-minute interview.
Let me see if I can get him real quick.
Okay.
Your friend went jumping over there. Greg. Greg.
I'm thinking that Beef actually in the new Ally suite, watching the us do commentary on that amazing finals. But if that's the case, we're going to see if we can get Greg on. Regardless, we're going to get him on Holo Theater. So there is that.
Just put the headphones on and do your thing.
Hello.
So how's it feel?
Great. Great. It's hard to find the words. I was joking with Joe at the start of the game that, when I was 16, I made the finals back to back, 2 consecutive world championships. And when you're young and you don't know how hard it is, you're like, this is easy. Even though I didn't win one of those two, I'll make it back to the finals. I'll win one eventually. Took 22 years.
22
and,
years.
And you start to realize how difficult it is to win one of these things. And,
God. I mean,
it feels good. It feels good.
You played 8 long games yesterday. You barely got in as the 8th seed. You were the last final 6-2 seed to get in. You had to go through Pat Johnson, who was the 3, who you had to go through your teammate and just most recent Hall of Famer, and Brian Fred, in which looked like, again, it was just a grueling match. And then you had to go up against fellow Hall of Famer and 3-time world champion Joe Olson to get there, to get over the hump.
Yeah.
So I'm going to say this: you played those finals ridiculously well. Going into the first match, where it was your Luke Skywalker Saga versus Joe's First Light, the play like obviously great. Garrett even said it, like, if Greg has the stuff, and if he can go after the supremacy here, it's going to be game changing, and you did.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. I mean, we kind of built that deck with a couple of those early options in mind. Like the activation should be pretty strong. You get the force pile searches. So whether it's throwing down Luke and having a big battle early, or putting the pieces together for the Tidarium and just trying to put something together to put pressure on them before they build their hand with all those use pile pulls. So in the game against Joe, all of the space stuff lined up, and he didn't find his sand, so I was able to go down without Leia and the sister interrupt and still clear out the supremacy, and obviously that puts him like way on the back foot from that point on. And I mean, it's still obviously a very close game. He played great to make it a 5-card game, so it was still really tough. But yeah, that was one of the things we wanted that deck to do.
So what was your mindset going into game 2? You're 5 cards ahead, and it's Shadow Collective versus Watcher Step. What's your mindset?
Yeah, if 5 cards is not a lot, so we're really just like playing a new game and starting from 0, it feels like. That's a matchup that I like, and we liked as a team. A big part of the reason why we went with the Shadow Collective is because it matches up well against a lot of the decks that people are playing for light that, they're trying to account for First Order, so they're playing decks that end up being weak to Shadow Collective. So that's why we chose Shadow Collective. It's a very versatile deck. It gives you all kinds of different options. So I felt favored, but it's against Joe. He's a great player. Obviously, he's not going to make it easy on you. So the 5-card difference, I was playing to win the game. 5 cards is essentially 0.
So I'm not going to hold you any longer, because I know you, the new allies, Mike, I know they're all waiting to give you like immense, like huge hugs. So one, when are we going to have you on Hollow Theater?
Whenever you want.
Okay. And 2, what are your guys' plans now that you have crossed that bridge? Like, what are you guys going to do to celebrate tonight?
Well, we're gonna go spin the wheel at Sharps. That's first step. I also want to take a minute to thank everybody that I got to thank. My team, they're the best team around. They were great talking about decks leading up to this event, talking about decks this whole weekend. Brian Mischke gave me his deck at 8:57 this morning, 3 minutes before I had to go run it down and give it to Chris Schoenthal to play it. So those guys, I roused them from their slumber, Brian and Charlie, and got that deck from them to play it. Drew was chatting all weekend, trying to give us ideas, some good, some not so good. You gotta take the good with the bad with Drew. Keith played a game with me at, I don't know what time it was last night. It was late, but he was on Gemp, and I was like, hey, let's fire up a game. Team is awesome.
It was mentioned.
I
was mentioned in the chat.
Yeah, I am not gonna name all of the team members one by one, but they're all amazing. And, yeah, there's
We'll save that for
we'd be
Hollow
here for an
Theater.
hour. But I
We
also
can easily save that Hollow Theater.
yeah, no, I just want to thank everybody on my team, everybody in the community. Everybody's great. If you haven't come out to a major event yet, do it. If you haven't been to one in a little while, get to the next one.
So, yeah, well said. So I'll let you guys go over to Sharps, get your wheel spun, get a beer or two, like obviously, but enjoy yourself. Enjoy the rest of the weekend, and then get home safe tomorrow. So
Thanks,
we'll
Dan.
definitely get Holo Theater scheduled as well. But again, dude, congrats, man. That's all I can
Love
say.
you. Thanks.
Take it easy, Greg.
New allies.
Thank you, everybody.
Hey, buddy. Oh.
So,
Yes.
so I think that's all we got for tonight. Thank you all for watching. It has been it's always an amazing weekend to do this. So thank you all for joining in. Until next time, everybody. Believe the next major event is going to be is still in the works, so we don't have anything to announce for that just yet. We will have the OCS playoffs coming up. The field of 16 is set, including your two finalists today. So that's going to be amazing to watch. So until next time, everybody, enjoy yourselves. Be safe out there. And as always, may the force be with you. Good night.